Good morning. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? I swallowed wrong. 1 second. Oh, she took off. Sorry. Welcome to the live stream. My name is Rob. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's 2 o'clock. It's Tuesday. Here we go again. How's everybody doing? Excuse me. Let's put this down here. How's everybody doing today? What would you like to talk about? Who's all here? Actually, who's here for the first time? I always like to hear from first timers. If this is your first time here, let me know in the chat below. No, the chat off to that side. Yeah, the comments below thing. I get used to saying that because you say that when you're making a video, right? Let me know in the comments below. Well, you can't comment below in a live stream. You have to wait till the live stream is over and you're watching on the replay. Then you can comment, and then you can't live chat. It's one or the other. What are we going to talk about today? You guys let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear or see who's all here. I see Robin is here. How you doing, Robin? Good to see you from Vancouver Island. If you have any questions, if you could put QQQ in front of them, that way I will be more apt to maybe not miss your question. I'll answer as many as I possibly can, but please don't be offended if I don't get to yours today. Even if I don't get to your question, oftentimes I will get my video ideas from the questions you guys ask in here, either in here or in the comments below my videos. I just had a nightmarish thought. Okay, yeah, no, my audio's working, right? You guys can hear me? Looks like you can. I hate that. You talk for like 2 minutes or five? Have I been? No, I haven't been talking 5 minutes. And then you realize the audio is not working. Anyways, so let me know where you're watching from, who's all here, and I'll get right into the chat. I saw some questions right off the top, actually. I thought there was a good question up here. Let me go right back to the beginning here. I've started a poll. If you guys wanted to take part in that poll, basically asking what are the reasons for you. Actually, I don't know what I asked. What was the question? How did I phrase that? What is your primary reason for wanting to have a YouTube channel? So oftentimes a lot of us assume people want to make money on YouTube. But I don't think that's a proper assumption. I don't think I think maybe a lot of people do, but I think a lot of people also just want to do it as a hobby, something to do in retirement perhaps, or in your spare time. For those of us who haven't asked the question, I'm asking now. So maybe we can get a little bit of a consensus as to the people who watch this live stream anyways. What is your primary reason for starting YouTube or doing YouTube? So let's get into the questions. Okay. No, I searched on QQQ. Those are instructions. Thank you, Mike, very much. BJB had a question. I want to be a full-time YouTuber, streamer, when I'm 18. I'm 15 now. Let's say I don't make enough money at first. What are some secondary part-time jobs I could do to make the needed money? Whatever you want to do. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know if I'm the right person to ask that. Are you specifically thinking about part-time things to do online? If so, I mean, there's all kinds of different things you could try to do, but generally speaking, most of the things you can do online to make money don't pay off right away. So if you need money, right? Like if you need, money to live or, rent and whatever else, I'd get a job. Quite frankly, not something maybe it is something online. A lot of people can work a job from their home office. But whatever it is, I would get a job that pays you for the work you put in. That's how I would start. If you eventually want to get into YouTube and do YouTube full time, which is an admirable thing to want to do, I never advise somebody start with that as a career. That's something, because YouTube could take 5 years or more before you start making any money. I'm just being frank here with you. Some people start making money sooner than that, some much sooner, but some never. Okay, so the safe thing to do is to get a job that pays you for the time you put in. And while you're doing that, you could start something up in your free time, either with YouTube, or like maybe you want to get into affiliate marketing first, or there's any number of things. But again, most things online where you can make money is you have to put in some time before it starts making you money. So that's my official response. That is the safe response. Okay, so Mariella has a question. Hello from Arizona. What's your thoughts on people sending an email offering to boost your channel? Sending an email offer to boost your channel? Something about SEO friendly and no keywords optimized. I'm not sure I understand that question. What's your thoughts on people? Is it sending or sensing an email offering to boost your channel? Okay, if you want to boost your channel, as in, I'm assuming you mean grow your channel, then no, I would not email people to tell people about your channel. I would not do that at all. That falls in the category of promoting your channel. If you promote your channel, whether it's free or, sending emails out or posting it on Facebook or Twitter or wherever else, even standing up at the kitchen table and announcing it to your family. All of that is kind of promotion, and it's trying to get people to subscribe to you. That never works. And in fact, it could hurt you. And I've been making a lot of videos about this kind of thing lately. You just want YouTube to find your viewers for you. And the best way to get them to find your viewers for you is to make your videos all geared towards a specific audience. Okay, some people say you have to pick a niche. Okay, that's one way to say it. A better way to say it is you have to pick an audience, a group of people that have similar likes, similar interests, and make videos for them. Okay, because if you spread yourself too thin, if you want to make videos about a whole bunch of different things, then that's going to trip up YouTube. They're going to get confused. They're not going to know who you're trying to reach. And maybe your answer is, well, I want to reach as many people as possible. Well, if YouTube just tried that, I guarantee you 99% of the people they try aren't going to be interested in your videos. No offense. But you really have to narrow in on a specific group, especially when you're starting. Later on, you can broaden if you want, or go off in a slightly different direction. If you want to go off on a totally different direction, then any subscribers you've gained may not follow you, and you may have a hard time making a pivot like that. Okay, just because YouTube will be sending all of your new videos to these people who subscribe, but if they're not interested in the pivot you're making, right, your subscribers aren't going to be watching. So my thoughts on people sending an email offering to boost your channel, my thoughts are don't do it. Just let YouTube do its thing. Concentrate on making videos. That's it. Make videos. Try to make them better. Every time you make a video, try to make it better. All right. So there's a couple questions there. Let me just see who's all here. We got the Dirt Princess is here. Hello. Brick Tours is here. Hey, how you doing? BJB Edits. That's right. I answered your question. Garth Oxner is here from, he's a local guy here in Nova Scotia. How you doing, Garth? Angie. Hello, Rob and friends. Hi, Angela. From California, I believe. We've got Chris Bakelands, Belgium represented. Belgium is always well represented. There's a couple of people from Belgium here every week, which is awesome. Let's see. We've got Catherine from New Zealand is here. YouTubers over 60. Love the new channel name, Catherine. That's awesome. Let's see now. Who else we got? Mike's Adventure Sparks is here. Hello. Cycling with Cancer Creator. Good afternoon. Andy Paints. Tracy. Someone's Garden. Hello, Rob at Peanut and everyone. Greetings from Norway. Awesome. Awesome. Line Overland from Sweden. Norway and Sweden. A couple of Scandinavian countries. Anybody from Finland? Hello from California. Angela. Yeah, escaping the suburbs. Happy time zone. Everyone, good afternoon, Rob. Hope everyone's making it an awesome week. Hello all. Belgium guy. That question was really important to me. Can you please answer it? Oh, BJB. Yep, I got you. I answered it. I hope you liked the answer. Sarasota, Florida is here. Let's see. Wiffley. Hello, Rob, and all in the chat. Hello. Danielle is here. Sophia is here. Let's let's see. Mike's Adventure Sparks. Equip Institute with Florence Peanut is typing today. Yes, she was. I put her there. I put her on the desk. What's she doing now? Oh, she's already up on the sheet. You guys see her there, right? Right there. There. Alrighty. See if we got any more questions here. Oh, okay. Let me go to the other side here. Playing with two different live chats. One is more current than the other, but the other I'm able to display up on the screen. So let's go over here, and we're scrolling. Okay, yep, Mike, that is awesome. Put QQQ there, and then I'll get to your questions. Tracy in Sarasota, awesome. Chris, one part of Belgium, waiting for your other buddy. I think I saw him, the Belgium guy. I think he's here. Let's see. Pursuit of Inner Peace. I think I might get on at the start instead of halfway through. Welcome. Awesome. Start from the beginning. All right. Okay, I'm caught up now. From Norway, we've got Catherine. Part 2. That still allow majority of my time to be towards YouTube. Okay, so you want a job, but still the majority of your time be spent on YouTube. Yeah, that's a balance, right? You're going to have to strike a balance there. I would say the job thing is the most important thing. Make as much money as you need to, so that you can pay your rent and your food and stuff like that, and perhaps put some away for savings for when you do start YouTube and you need a little bit extra to keep you going. All right, Andy from the UK. Welcome, Andy. There's the Belgian guy. Okay, let's see, where am I? I'm going to take a drink. That's where I am. All right, let's see. Peanuts feeling the song. That's right. Alan, I just had a video skyrocket from 45 views to over 220 in a week. What a rush. Well done, Alan. Awesome. Now dive into those analytics and try to figure out why. It's not always obvious, but take a look at your CTR. Was that better than normal? Take a look at your the average view duration. Was the line higher than normal? Did more people watch the intro for longer? Things like that. Look for little spikes too in your retention graph. If you see a little spike, that indicates that's a part that people wanted to go back and see again. A lot of people on average went back and watched it again. So yeah, try to dissect it, like get into it and try to figure, or maybe it was what you talked about, right? Maybe that is what, or maybe it was the title, right? It's a little bit of a guessing game, but the more you do it, the more you can kind of narrow in on what it is. Paul from London, currently in Montenegro. Welcome, Paul. Rebounding with Cheryl is here. Hello, Cheryl. What's up from Washington? Wild Living Adventures. Cat is cute. Yeah, she knows it too. The little tail. Yeah. Lucy is here. How you doing, Lucy? Choose a job like restaurant work where you can earn tips. It won't take your creative energy, but you will meet lots of people and the interaction will grow you as a person. Good for your channel. That's great advice, actually. Yeah. Just the fact that you said it won't take your creative energy. That's right. Yeah. I suppose if you have a job that you really have to dial in your creative side, that might kind of take away with what you got left to put into YouTube. So yeah, that's pretty good advice, I'd say. All right. Let's see. All right, I'm going to do one thing here. 1 second. We're going to do that and that. Okay. Alexander's here from Syracuse. Welcome, Alexander. Robin is here. How you doing, Robin? Good to see you again. We had a chat. Was that yesterday already or 2 days ago? I think it was only yesterday. Ambicello from Florida. Hello, good to see you. Lion Overland, I'm making one video a week. How important is it to put it out the same day and time every week? It's a good question. I would say not that important. Everything kind of surrounding when do I post videos, how often, what time, do I upload it and then let it sit in YouTube unlisted or private for 24, 48 hours before I post it? All these questions, they're almost like micromanaging questions. The answer is it's often not what you're hoping for. There really is no answer. Like, I guess my best answer is we probably shouldn't be putting as much thought into all these things as we do. Letting it sit on YouTube before you make it go public is a waste of time. Just post it whenever you want to post it. I think a better strategy would be, if you have a specific day and time every week that you want to post your videos, then wait for that, okay? Like, let's say you want to post Wednesday at 9 a.m. every week. Let's say you have the video done Tuesday night and it's all done, everything's done, the thumbnail, everything. Well, then I would just schedule it for the next day, 9 a.m. And then it'll wait the 12 hours or whatever, and then it'll post. If it is already Wednesday at 8:50 a.m., like 10 minutes before, and you finally got it done, just publish it like right away. There's no benefit to letting it sit in YouTube. YouTube can't start its testing on your video until it's public anyways. Okay, so contrary to what a lot of people have, I've seen a lot of videos, people saying, give it some time, YouTube needs to figure out what it's all about and stuff. No, they don't. They don't need any of that time for that. Just publish it. So back to your specific, how important is it to put it at the same time and day every week? A couple different ways you can look at that. So me personally, I try to remember, wait, now what do I got here? Do we have a new member that I want to recognize? The Farrier Trails. Welcome, Farrier Trails, new member. Welcome. Doc party tomorrow for all of you channel members. I usually try to post my videos 9 or 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Tuesday, sometimes Thursday. I say I'm trying for a certain time, but it does kind of change with me a lot. I have figured out that on the weekends, pretty much every time I post a new video on like a Saturday or a Sunday, it doesn't do as well. Now, it could be because of the content, but I feel like I've tried it enough and it doesn't do well that most of my viewers perhaps aren't watching on the weekends. A better way, a better way to think about this is, if you get in the habit of posting on the same day and the same time of that day every week, and if you do that for a long period of time, we just got our first thumbs down. What did I say that's so wrong? It's all engagement. It's all good. Thank you very much. If you do that for a long period of time, then your audience, the audience that you are naturally attracting, who show up and watch your videos and subscribe to you and come back and all that, they themselves are getting used to when you post your videos. So because of that for that reason, maybe there is some merit to posting the same time, same day every week. Okay. But that said, I do recommend that you try new things. I mean, that's what I do. It probably depends on your content, but every once in a while I'll think, you know what? I've been going Monday, Wednesday, Friday now for a while. I'm not going to do a Wednesday and Friday one this week. Instead, I'm just going to go Thursday. Right? And if I aim for Thursday and it doesn't happen, let's say I didn't feel like I was in the mood to make a video and Thursday came and went, then I'll just say, oh, okay, well, this week I skipped Wednesday, I'll go Friday. Or maybe I'll wait till Monday. Like, I'm changing my mind all the time. So and the way I normally look at it is if, sorry, I just got sidetracked. I see Ty said, laugh my ass off. Is that because of being all happy about the thumbs down? What was I saying? Oh, I'm awful at this. I lose my train of thought. Anyway, try new things. Like, I'm always trying new things, new days, new times. If I want to come out at 10 o'clock with a new video, but it's like 11 or 12 or 1, like I'm 3 hours late, and in my mind, if I really wanted to get a video out that day, I'll still post it, right? And then just see how things go. Just see how things go. So anyway, long-winded answer. I'm sorry, everybody else. Yeah, I think I saw a second thumbs down, but then it disappeared. So somebody changed their mind. So something I said must have changed their mind. Oh my. All right. Yeah, we're having fun. We're having fun. Hey, Rosanny, how you doing? Good to see you. Spin the Compass, first timer. Welcome. I hope you get lots and lots of enjoyment and learn lots of cool stuff too. Shimmy, first time. Shimmy? Shimmy? I'm thinking it's shimmy. I hope I pronounced that right. Luke's save file. Here for the first time as well. Welcome. Spin the Compass. Just kidding. Well, you had me. I'm gullible. I'm sorry. I should have recognized. Welcome all first timers. Yes, thank you, Andy. Welcome all first timers. All right. Hi, Rob. Hi, Peanut. All about the alternative. Hi, just listening in mostly today. Thank you for stopping by. Dan, the breaking news man. Great having you replying to my email. No problem. I try to answer. I'm not usually that quick on the emails, but I try to answer as quickly as I can. Robin says, how many cats do you have? Just the one, Fluffy. Yes, just the one. Just the one. Had two. Jelly was the other one, 2 years older than Peanut. She passed away 3 years ago? 3 years ago, I think. Maybe 4 now. Yeah, and Peanut is a ragdoll for those who are interested, or yeah, she's a ragdoll and she is 14 now, 14 years old. Do you have suggestions for musicians on how to maintain a YouTube channel? How to maintain a YouTube channel? Well, I'm not a musician, so I mean, there's a couple of ways you could do that. You could use your YouTube channel to showcase your work, showcase your music, or you can use YouTube to teach people how to do what you do. I tend to be more from that side of the fence, right? I think YouTube is a fantastic place to teach people. I mean, it depends on what your goal is. Like, what is your goal? Is your goal to grow a YouTube channel and maybe grow a business from YouTube? Then I would probably use it to teach people how to do what you do, like make your music. But if your goal is to get discovered as an artist, as a musician, then maybe use YouTube as a place to highlight, your music. Maybe take videos of you in concert or on stage somewhere or in your studio or whatever, right? So all depends on how you want to use it. I tend to think of YouTube as a tool, like a marketing tool to help you promote whatever business or thing you're doing outside of YouTube. Just growing YouTube by itself, I mean, that's cool too. That's a cool hobby. It could turn into a business, but generally speaking, those who are successful with YouTube are typically making the bulk of their revenue not from YouTube itself, but from whatever other outside business they're using YouTube to drive leads to. So that could be a course, it could be coaching, it could be your music business, right? Whatever it is, YouTube is a great way to get free marketing. Free, not free, because you're putting your time into making videos and getting better at it and all that. But once you get it going, it's a fantastic machine. Yeah, lead generating machine. Russ is rockin' O and Ho. That got cut off, I think. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. And you said, you have motivated and inspired me more than any other creator. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm happy for you. I'm glad. Best of luck with your channel and keep rocking it. All right, let's moving right along here. Greetings from Berlin. Welcome. Jason from Connecticut. My first time actually logging in on time. Welcome, Jason. Glad you could make it. You can hear me. Okay, so now I'm about 20 minutes behind. Always falling behind. How does the new hype help you? Okay, I'm going to make a video about this soon, but I don't feel like I know enough about it yet to make a good video. I want to make sure it's accurate. So here's what I know about hype. It's a new feature YouTube is rolling out. I liken it to a like button on steroids, or like a super like, okay? Hype. or a love button. Okay, it's just it's something a little bit extra. It's another metric that YouTube is going to use to try to gauge what videos are good. Okay, now what I know about how it works is, and I don't think it's rolled out everywhere yet. In fact, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the ability to hype anybody yet. But I have been hyped. I've been told I've been hyped, and I've seen it in the stats. And I can show you. Actually, I'll show you where. Let me see. Let's go here. Let me show you. What am I trying to say? My YouTube studio. We'll go into studio. We'll go to content. You seeing this? Yep. And we'll go. Let's see this video here. We'll go. Where do I go? Details? No, that's wrong. I wanted to go to analytics. If you go to analytics, it's under engagement, and it's right here. Here's where you can find out how many hypes you've gotten. So this video here, I released 4 days ago. It's been hyped 80 times, and I have 24,800 hype points. Now, the way the points work, I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to get back to you with that, but it's some kind of great graduated system. I think maybe... I don't know. It might have something to do with the more subscribers a certain channel has who hyped you. Maybe it's worth more points. Maybe. Not too sure. But I can tell you this. If you hype a video, you only get to hype videos 3 times a week. Okay? So you have to be kind of guarded with... be careful. Like if you see a video you really like, I want to hype that. Like just don't hype everything because you'll run out of hypes. You can do it 3 times a week. And I don't know when the cutoff is. I'm not too sure about that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's what I know. As soon as I know more about it, I'll make a video about it and I'll share it with you all. Maybe hypes are another form of gratitude. Well, it is. It is. Hypes, likes, shares, comments, right? All of those things are under the umbrella of engagement. And I think that's like the 3rd time I've used air quotes today. That's a habit I got to break. They're all types of engagement, and engagement is good. YouTube likes engagement. When you make a video and then people are engaging with you, YouTube loves that. Okay, it's not that YouTube loves that. YouTube notices that, and they'll say, oh, must be a good video. Let's push it out some more. Okay? Oh, Ty just chimed in. Let me fire that up here. I think he's taking us to school here. Ty, thank you, Ty. Viewers get 3 per week, but you can purchase more. What? Really? And there's a cap on how many you can buy. Okay, I never knew that. I did not hear that. Interesting. Okay. All right. I had no idea. Like that's not where. Wow. All right. I'm gonna have to. Oh wait. Now 500 to 50,000 subs must be tier 1. And okay, I did hear that. That's right. I was going to mention that. Hype. You can only hype channels. I got a chuckle out of this because it said it's another way to recognize small creator. I did it again. There's 4 small creators. Another way to recognize small creators, and their definition of small creators is between 500 and 500,000 subscribers. So I don't know who decided 500,000 subscribers is a small creator, but there you go. There you go. All right, let me try to find, where was I now? I'm going back up. Let's see. I know what I'll do. I'm going to go QQQ again. See what else we got. Okay, I answered that. Okay, here's a question. Travel with Suitcases has a question. I'm experimenting with all white text on my thumbnails. Do you think that's a good idea, or is it better to have color or just no text? What's your take on that? Okay, that's a good question, and I'm glad you're thinking about that. Let's while I talk about this, let me just throw my channel up here, okay? So white text. I primarily use white text myself. I don't think the color matters as much. The whole point is you need your text to stand out, okay? So you don't want to put white text on a pale yellow background because you won't see it. Not unless you put like a dark drop shadow underneath it, right? Like white text with a black drop shadow, then you on a light background, then you'll be able to see it. So I always put a drop shadow underneath all of my thumbnails. This is not the right place to see it. Let me go to Canva. Let's come in here. Okay, so now I can actually show you how I make these. So that's not a good one. That's like here. This text here, notice there's a black drop shadow behind it. I always put a black drop shadow underneath white text. Black and white is as contrasted as you can get, okay? As contrasty as, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but right, a light and a dark color together. That way, that text will be able to be read on a light background or a dark background, doesn't matter. So, and what I typically do is when I'm making a thumbnail, I will go to one previous, right, and I will highlight that, Command C to copy it, come back up to the top. Let's create a new thumbnail. Let's move it to the top and Control V, paste it. So here it is. I'll bring in a new screenshot and then, you know, I'll modify it. You know, I might make the text bigger, whatever. Okay. So yeah, because I just copy and paste, it just saves me from having to recreate the drop shadow every time the exact same way, you know, the same angle, the same amount of transparency, the same, you know, if you dial it into the way you like it, then just make all your thumbnails in one file. And then you can just kind of copy and paste things from one thumbnail to the next. It just saves time. So I usually make my thumbnails in under 5 minutes. And I do it while my video is uploading to YouTube. So yeah, I personally like white, but the color you use for your text and your thumbnails, it's a personal thing. It's more of an aesthetic thing. Like if you want to step back and actually look at your channel, that's why I brought this up here. I'll often just kind of look at my channel and think, okay, how have my thumbnails been looking? And I'll look at things like, okay, it's been white text for a while. Well, I always like white text. I want my next thumbnail to look usually quite a bit different than my previous one, okay? So this last one that I did, this video I put out this morning, is doing horribly, by the way, but I think that's because I uploaded it. I made a mistake. I had to delete it, and then I uploaded it again. I always advise people don't do that. Like, just let it, but it was a significant edit I wanted to include. Anyways, it's a video I'm hoping might turn into an evergreen video, so I didn't really expect it to do that well out of the gate. Anyways, another sidetrack. My point is, on this thumbnail, there's a lot of dark. Okay, there's black background, you know, the curtains back there, white on black. So my next one, just looking at this, what would look good? Not look good in the sense that it looks the same as the last one, but perhaps different, but still fits. At first glance, I would probably say another one like this with green, like on the trail, probably. That's probably, so that, you know, I use this. I use looking at my own channel to decide these things. Aesthetically, how do I want it to look? And I think it would be good to have another green one next, okay? And then other things, okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos in a row where I've worn a blue hat. So maybe I wear a different color hat the next time, okay? Things like that I actually do think about. You know, I don't want to wear a red shirt, you know, 10 videos in a row. I'm going to change it up just because you never want someone to, this is the way I look at it anyways. I don't want people to quickly glance at a new thumbnail and think, oh yeah, I've seen that, and then move on to somebody else's video. That's what I'm trying to avoid. I want people to see, oh, there's Rob again. What's he doing this time? That's different. Click, right? That's what I'm looking for. But again, to answer your question, it's a personal preference. Just make sure there's contrast there between whatever color you choose for your text and the background it's on, right? Drop shadows are great. If you don't like drop shadows, then put a text box behind it, like a solid color. That's something else you can do. Make sure if you're going to put text on there, because you asked, is it better to have no text? I think it's better to have text, but you know, it's not a rule that you have to follow. just think of it this way. Whatever your thumbnail is, together with your title, okay? You're trying to win the click with those two things. Your thumbnail, your title. Make the text different on your thumbnail than what's in your title. Don't just repeat it in your thumbnail. That's a waste of, it's redundant. And try to stick with, fewer words as possible on your thumbnail so that they can be big, so that they can be seen on a phone, right? A lot of people are watching videos on their small little phones, and if the thumbnail is small and the text is really small, what's the point of even having it there, right? If they can't see it. So anyway, those are my thoughts on thumbnails. The color is really up to you, right? If you have certain colors that are your brand that you want to kind of run with for a while, then you can do that. Or for a while, meaning like it could be forever, but don't be afraid to change your style every once in a while if you want. That's fine too. All right. Once again, another long-winded answer to a simple question. Apologies. All righty. Nicola's here. How you doing, Nicola? Good to see you. Jeff Beeman is here. Jim over 30 is here. How you doing? Who else we got? Minimalist Businesses. Oh, okay. Yes, Robin. Yes, I'm looking at the live chat now, not the ones where I can pull them up on screen. All right. What else we got? What is the biggest myth about creating a YouTube channel? Probably that it's easy to get rich quick. I don't know. Is that a myth? I think some people believe that, but it's not true. So there's that. I guess another one would be build it and they will come. Not necessarily, right? Just having a YouTube channel and just making videos on whatever you want to make doesn't guarantee a successful YouTube channel. I look at YouTube as a business because that is my goal. Okay, so that's important. If I look up at the poll here right now, what do we got? So your primary reason for wanting to have a YouTube channel, it looks like most people have chosen to earn a full-time income. That's my primary goal too. There's other goals. Like I also love doing this, and it would be a hobby for me even if I wasn't making money at this. So that's and then number two, share my passion and help others, or earn some part-time money, are both very close. And just a hobby is only 9%. Okay, very good. So yeah, so a lot of people want to make money at this. And I think a big myth is that if you just build a YouTube channel and make videos about whatever you want to make, you're going to end up making money. And that is not true. You have to make videos that people want to watch. You can't just make videos that you want to make. And some people, when I say that in videos, some people, I don't know if offended is the right term. That might be too strong. But some people don't like the sound of that. They feel like that means they're going to have to kind of be captive by the algorithm. They're going to have to chase this algorithm. They don't want to have to do that. They just want to do whatever they want to do. And I guess I get that, but then you're going down the hobby route, okay? The hobby route. All right? If you just want to do what you want to do, you're doing it as a hobby, okay? And you have to understand that. If you want to make money at this, you have to be intentional, just like a business. It's just like a small business, and in more ways than one, because also like a small business, you can't usually start a small business and start making money on day one, or a profit anyways. Right? You usually have to put some time into it and learn what get better at it and build something over time, build up an email list or a clientele or whatever it is, and then eventually start making money. And then, if you're successful at it, you could make a lot of money, right? That's the attractiveness of running your own business. YouTube is no different. And as with a business, like if you opened a store, okay, and let's say it's a restaurant. Let's say you open a restaurant and you're making food. Let's say you hired Nicola to be your cook or your chef. I'll pick on you a bit, Nicola, because your food looks so good. So you open up a restaurant and you've decided you want to serve a certain type of food, and that is your passion. You love this food. That's what you want to serve. A specific dish even. Well, maybe in the location where you made that restaurant, people don't like that food, okay? That type of food or that style or whatever. If you want to be successful with your business, you're going to have to listen to your potential customers. All right. So you're going to have to make the food that they want, not just the food that you want. You can make the food that you want at home and eat that at home. But when you're at work, at business, you have to satisfy what the customers want. That's how you grow a business. YouTube is no different. You have to make the videos that your viewers want from you. Okay. So if you want to say that means I got to follow the algorithm. Well, yeah. I mean, the algorithm's not a person. The algorithm is just a bunch of, it's a bunch of rules, computer algorithms, software programs, I guess, that try to figure out what people want to watch. And I mean, the way it works is YouTube wants their videos to be watched as much as possible. They make money when their videos are watched because they're selling ads. And advertisers are paying YouTube money to put their ads on videos. And the more your videos are watched, the more YouTube can make money from your videos by putting ads on them, the more they're going to promote your videos. I don't know if I said that right. But anyways, if you just make videos that nobody shows up to and nobody wants to watch, YouTube's not going to promote those videos. That's just the way it works. Like, why would they? Okay, so it's all based on users, right? What are users watching? What are your viewers watching? Do your viewers like your videos? If they do, YouTube will probably notice that and they'll try to put it in front of other people like your existing subscribers, right? And if it works with them, they'll try it on some more people and then some more people and some more. If it keeps working, they'll keep going with it, right? And that's how you can have a video do really well. And then what you do as a business owner, as a YouTube channel owner who wants to grow this and make money from it, what you do is you think, okay, that video did really well. Why? Open YouTube Studio. What's the CTR like? Oh, it's horrible. Okay, not many people are clicking on this, yet I'm getting a whole bunch of views. Why? Look at the retention, average view duration. People are watching a lot of my video. Great. Well, the video is only 6 minutes long. I didn't think I could make money with videos shorter than 8 minutes, which is another myth, by the way. You can make money on short videos. You just can't have mid-roll ads on videos less than 8 minutes long, but you can still make money on the first ads. So anyways, my point is, I don't know. I think I probably covered 4 or 5 points there. But yeah, treat YouTube as a business if you want to make money with it. If you don't, then you can do whatever you want. You can just use it as free video hosting service. YouTube is a fabulous video hosting provider because it is free, except they're going to put some ads on your videos. But that's the price you pay for using their servers to host your family videos. Okay, what makes views on a video plateau at a very convenient number like 100 or 1,000 views? I've made videos where this has happened. Seems a bit odd. That sounds odd to me. I've never noticed that. To me, it just seems very random, right? Videos do tend to plateau. On average, most videos plateau. Okay, yeah. No, just got a doorbell rang, but he can leave that package on the front step. Yeah, videos tend to plateau, unless it goes evergreen. And going evergreen, I was going to use air quotes again, may or may not happen right away. That could take a long time before that happens. I've got a video that's evergreen right now, and it took almost a year before that started to happen. So that's, But yeah, I've never noticed that things plateau at multiples of 10. Never noticed that at all. That's interesting that you do. Did I take dancing lessons? No, I did not. Well, maybe for a couple minutes before I made that video, but that's, no, I don't dance. I was being silly that day. Okay, here we go. What are your thoughts on the Lions losing to the Packers? I don't have very many thoughts on that at all. We're going to do better next week. How's that? I noticed some YouTube cooking channels say you can find the full recipe on my blog. What are your thoughts on starting a blog? That's a good question. If that's something that interests you, then go for it. At one point, I thought of doing that. At one point, I thought of, like when I first started my YouTube channel, my plan was to have a website, and on that website would be a blog, and every video I made, I would turn into a blog post as well, so that there would be an associated web page for it. And my thought process was that could be ways that I could get additional traffic in through Google, not just through YouTube. People can find me through Google. And I don't think that's a bad plan. It's just not, it's not something I have time for. I'm pretty busy as it is. And, if I could somehow figure out how to get 32 hours in a day, then maybe that's something I could look at. But I don't think it's a bad idea at all. If you're the type that likes to write blogs, that could be a great way to get additional traffic to your business. If you make cooking channels and you have a website and you like display your recipes, I think that's a great idea. Actually, where my head went, because I tend to think like a small business would, is that, I mean, you could be selling recipes. You could be selling recipe books. Give some away for free, right? And then have like, give maybe your 3 best weekend meals for quick prep or something. Make a little free giveaway, something like that. And then people, click that. They get the free thing. They're very appreciative. They get added to your mailing list. And then eventually, if you have like a small cookbook you want to put together, your favorite summer recipes or something, maybe put in 20 recipes in there with pictures, maybe include some videos of you making them. Actually, that's kind of a cool idea. Like a video cookbook, and of your best stuff, and package it all together and sell it for, I don't know, anything, right? $10, 50, whatever. It depends how much work you put into it. The beauty of selling things like that, and I apologize if you're not even thinking that way. I just tend to think of things like in a small business way. If this is just a hobby for you, then you can ignore everything that I've just said. But those of you who are interested in how do you make money with a channel like that, well, that's one way. Cooking channel recipes, meal plans, right? They can be like a meal plan could be a free giveaway lead magnet, right? That allows you to collect email addresses that for the eventual time when you're selling something that people would want to pay for, which could be a book. It could be coaching. Like you could coach people how to cook. You could do live cooking sessions or something like that. I don't know. I'm thinking outside the box now, but because I'm not a cook. But yeah, blog is absolutely an avenue you can pursue if you want. I found out that a boring videos. So with that, how can I redo my video? Take a break and relearn how to take to the camera and get better shots, better content? Sorry for a long question. I'm going to have to read it again. I'm sorry. Found out that boring videos. So with that, how can I redo my video? Okay, so you found out, you think your video, I'm going to try to paraphrase. You think your videos are boring. So how can you redo them? Should you take a break and relearn how to talk to the camera and get better content? So if you don't like the video that you made and it's boring, okay, that is not the end of the world. That's actually, it's a good thing. And the reason I say that is because we all start by making boring, awful videos. Or I did anyways, and most of us do. Unless you are already a videographer and a voiceover artist and a professional editor, right? Unless you're already all of these things before you even start on YouTube, then your first videos are probably not going to be very good. And that is okay because, and I haven't said this in a while, but I used to say it often. Your first several videos are not to grow your channel. Your first, and pick a number, 20, let's say, probably even more than that, 50. Your first 50 videos are not going to grow your channel. They're not going to grow your channel. If you can, let's say you do 50 videos in your first year And maybe for you the number's 20, maybe it's 100, I don't know, but I'm just using 50. And let's say it takes you a year to make those, so that's one a week. Okay, so let's say a year from now you have 150 subscribers, which is great. 150 subscribers in a year, 50 videos. All right, maybe you're starting to, after that, presumably you're starting to get a little bit better at making videos, talking to the camera and all the things. What's I going to say? Trying to do too many things at once. After a year, yeah. So now picture yourself. So in a year, 150 subscribers. Now picture yourself a couple years beyond that. Okay, because of all you've learned in that first year, your growth is probably going to, if you stick with it and if you do continue to try to get better with every video, your growth is going to increase. You could be at 5,000 subscribers a year later, like 150 and then 5,000, or maybe it's 2 years later, or maybe not 5,000, maybe it's 50,000. Like it really could happen that fast. So let's say you're at 5,000 subscribers in 2 years, and now you've doubled your videos. So 50 videos a year, you've got 100 videos on your channel now. The subscribers you're getting now, okay, then like 2 years later, when you're at 5,000 subscribers, you're making your 101st video, you put it out there, let's say it brings in another 30 subscribers. Those 30 new people never saw any of your first videos, probably, right? In fact, most of the people you have as subscribers never saw your first probably 100 videos. Okay, because you had 50, your first year of videos, right? That brought in your first 150 subscribers. I hope I'm not confusing you. I'm throwing a lot of numbers around. My point is, once you start growing, really growing and getting traction and subscribers are coming in, you're getting lots of views. At that point, the people that are coming into your channel, the people who are into your current stuff, they never saw you when you were starting. So those videos can be horrible, and they probably are, and that's totally fine because you used them to get better at making videos. That's my whole point. Your first several videos are for you. They're for you to practice at getting better at making videos. So I say make those crappy videos and leave them on your channel. Like if you find your video is boring and you're tempted to kind of redo it because now you feel like you can make it better, well, that's awesome that you feel like you can make it better now, but I would leave it on your channel and just go make your next video better, okay? You've probably learned, because when you post a video that you hate, maybe you hate the way you looked in it, or you hated the angle or the lighting or whatever it is, if you let it live on your channel so that you see it every once in a while, you'll be reminded, oh yeah, oh geez, yeah, no, I really didn't like that. I want to make sure I put that light over here. I want to make sure I'm not wearing that top because I hate that top, or I don't want to do my hair that way, or whatever it is. If you let it live there, nobody else cares about this stuff. They're not even looking at it. The odd person might go back into your catalog and look at some of your old stuff, but most people won't. And if they do, that's an opportunity to have a laugh with your new subscribers. I will often reference my first videos, and I'll tell people, go have a look at my first videos. They're horrible. And I think they're horrible, and they are horrible. But, every once in a while, I'll get a comment on my first video said, yeah, I just wanted to check out where you started from, and you've come a long way, haha. And I'll just say, haha, thanks for the comment. Yeah, I cringe every time I see this video, or something like that. It's fun. You have to have the ability to laugh at yourself. Things just go much smoother that way. No point in getting defensive over, videos aren't very good. If people say, oh, your video's not very good, just say, yeah, I know. And I'm okay with that. My next one will be better, promise. All right, Roomy Nation. Hi from Australia. You upload shorts and create posts with every video you post. Also, do you use other platforms like Instagram or TikTok to promote your videos? I do have an Instagram account. I do have a TikTok account. I don't do much with them. Usually when I make a short, I spend very little time on them, except for the last one. I made a short this week of that dance video that I did, the goodbye video, just because I liked the intro. That was fun to make that, so I turned that into a short. So that short, like when I make a short like that, I will also upload it to Instagram and TikTok. It's not necessarily to find a new audience. I mean, I guess in a roundabout way it is, but I'm not relying on that at all. It's more of a branding thing. Just, if somebody is scrolling through TikTok and they watch my videos, if one of my TikToks pops up in their feed, it's just a little reminder. Hey, I'm Rob. I still make videos. I'm still around, right? It's just a little branding thing. So yeah, I don't. So, and when I make my shorts, typically, not the last one. The last one, it was easy too. I just opened up the video that I made and chopped off everything but the first minute and 20 seconds, I think it was. And deleted it, and then kind of resized it for vertical, and that's all I had to do. But usually I just use Opus Clip or Opus Clips. That makes it super easy to, you just plug in your URL of a video that you've done, a long form video, and I'll say, generate me a bunch of clips, a bunch of shorts from this, and it does it automatically, and I'll pick the ones I like, and I'll upload them to YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. That's it. But so the reason I don't is because I feel like if you want to grow at any of these platforms, I feel like the best way to do it is to pick one. Pick a platform and get good at it. All these platforms are different. They all have different rules, different ways to grow, different ways to monetize. And I tell you, it's hard enough to grow one YouTube channel, let alone a YouTube channel, a YouTube Shorts channel, a TikTok channel, an Instagram channel, a Facebook channel, all these, right? So, if you're having a hard time, you're trying to grow on more than one platform, I would pick your favorite and concentrate on that, and spend as little time as possible on the others. Alrighty. Amlan Tripathi. Hey Rob, how necessary is it to research on relevance of a topic even within a niche? How important is it to study the right demand? And if it's a yes, please throw some light on how. It really depends on what you're talking about, like what your videos are about. I try to do some, like if I want to make a video on something and I'm not 100% sure what I'm talking about, then yeah, I'll do some research to make sure I know what I'm talking about. But I'm also not afraid to tell people that I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll say that in a video. I'll own it. If there's something I don't know, I'm the first person to admit that. I don't like calling myself an expert. I don't like the term guru. I don't believe there are really any gurus in YouTube, because this is something that we're all just trying to figure out, and we're all learning new things at different things at different times for different reasons. All of our content's a little bit different. I'm just sharing what I learned. So I don't consider myself an expert. I consider myself somebody with some experience, and I share my experiences with you guys through my videos. So it's going to depend on what you're talking about, what your videos are about. You want to, if there's something that you want to talk about that you don't feel like you're an expert in, then I would come clean with that right up front and just say, here's my take on it. Not sure if I'm totally correct, but this is what I think. Let me know what you think. In fact, that's a great way to try to get the conversational ball rolling, right? If somebody disagrees with whatever you say in a video, that's gold, actually, because you can say, if anybody disagrees with me, why don't you let me know your thoughts down below and we can keep this conversation going, right? Or even if you don't say that, if somebody generally disagrees with you, they're going to leave a comment. That's my experience. And I'm usually thankful when they do, as long as it's, nice. Like if it's mean, then, why? But anyway, so those are my thoughts on that. I hope that helps. See, question, is it worth starting a wildly artistic living? Is it worth starting a second channel for a different niche? Absolutely, you can. If you want to make videos on a completely different subject than what your first main channel is about, and if you have the time, then I would create another channel for that. You don't want to put those videos on your channel that has videos on a completely unrelated topic, because you might just drag that channel down. Whereas if those videos live on separate channels, they can both thrive. Yeah. So, but you got to watch out for how much time you have to spend on a second channel. I created a second channel and it's really gone nowhere. It started pretty quick. Last January, I created Rob by the Sea instead of Rob the Maritimer. And my thought process was that was going to be a channel where I wasn't going to talk about YouTube as much. It was just going to be general, living in your 50s by the ocean and just my thoughts and stuff. And I think I posted 3 or 4 or 5 videos, but then I'm busy with this channel. So again, it's about spreading yourself too thin. If you spread yourself too thin, nothing gets done, right? It's better to just to focus on one thing and get it done, get your stuff done. So once again, I turned that around and made it about me. What were we talking about? Let's see. Oh, there was a question up here. Oh, where do you get the free version of editing software like Canva, iMovie, etc.? Russ is rocking O and Ho, trains and stuff. So Canva, just go to canva.com, right? And you can get started for free, and they have a free version. There's a couple tools that you won't get access to unless you upgrade to the Pro version. iMovie comes for free on all Macs and iPhones and iPads, I believe. They're only available for iOS devices. Yeah, if it's not on your device, then go to the App Store and you can download it. So that's how you get that. Time for another drink of water. Okay, I answered that one. Trying to get caught up here. Oh, there's a good question. Over the Hill Acres. Once you are monetized, does that stop if your 4,000 watch hours drops below that? I believe it can. But yeah, like the 4,000 hours, you have to maintain 4,000 watch hours in your previous 365 days. And that's like a rolling window, right? With every new day that advances, you lose a day off the back end. So if you had one viral video that was responsible for most of your watch hours, and that is now over a year ago, and you haven't followed that up, then yeah, you could be demonetized. Yes. I would like to occasionally show my computer screen when I demo or give tips on software. What is a good solution for recording my computer screen in a video? So I can tell you what I do, because I do the video I just made and posted today. I did that. I shared my screen. I don't do it the way I'm supposed to, because I use Camtasia. Okay, that's the editing software I use, and it has a built-in screen recorder, but I don't use it. And I've got my own reasons for that. My workflow, I just find it easier to use OBS. Honestly, I have OBS running on another monitor. I'll launch that and I'll record this screen down here while I'm my process, if I'm recording a video, I'll show you this just to give you a real quick idea. Let's bring this down here. I'll share my screen. Okay, I'm just launching Camtasia. Okay, so this is Camtasia. Just drag that over here so you can see it all. Let me resize this so things make a little more sense. Okay, so, and I'll nope, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to fit. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is my project for today's video. And here you can see I shared my screen. Okay, so, and then I modified some things, right? Like I rounded the corners, I put a border around it, I put a wallpaper behind it. But what I did, so there are 3 tracks here. If we can zoom in here on this section. No, that's not a good section here. Let's just go right here. Okay, so, no, let's go here. I'm just trying to pick a relatively simple area. So right here, I got 4 things, 4 layers, okay? This bottom layer, that is just the background, okay? Like I can turn it off, you can see what disappears. If I turn it off, you can see what disappeared. That's just the motion background, okay? This layer is my audio. So I captured that from this mic into my audio interface into my computer and I had Adobe Audition running, and I turned the recorder on, it was recording the audio. So separate, okay? Then this one here, oh, what did I do? Let's delete that marker, I didn't want to do that. This one here is called OBS, okay? That was my OBS screen recording. All right, and then this top one here was myself, okay? So the OBS was running, recording my screen. Adobe Audition was running, recording my audio. And this camera you're looking at right now, I pressed record on it, and I was recording myself onto the SD card in the camera. So there's so many ways to do all this stuff. Like I do have OBS and I have Ecamm Live. Both of those programs I could have fed all of this stuff into and just recorded into that program. But my workflow, I just find it easier just to record things separately, bring them all in, I'll line them all up, I'll sync the audio, and then I start doing my cuts and editing, okay? I just find that works best for me. Besides, if you record live, then when you change scenes and stuff, you have less flexibility with how that looks in the edit. Where in this case, like I wanted myself small and up there, not over here. I wanted to position it based on what I'm putting my video on top of. I didn't want to cover anything important, for example, right? So you just have more flexibility doing it that way. Okay, so did I answer the question? Good solution for recording your computer screen in a video. OBS, Ecamm Live, both of those would record your screen. Mac also has a built-in screen recorder. If you go Control-Shift-5, I believe it is, you can record your screen. Until you press stop in the top bar, and then there's a video file created for you. You can bring that into your editing software and edit away. All right. Bill McConnell just said you can do all that in one shot using Ecamm. Yeah, I know. I've never done that, but again, I just feel like when you do that in Ecamm, it's kind of done. Maybe you can record everything separately into separate tracks and then still edit it afterwards. Quite honestly, the way I do it now is the way I have been doing it since way before I even started using Ecamm. So that's why. And you just get used to the way you do things, right? But yeah, absolutely, you can do all that with Ecamm. You can do it all with Camtasia too, and you can do it all with OBS. So, all righty. What is the benefit of having the paid version of ChatGPT, and who in the world needs the $200 a month version? I didn't know there was a $200 a month version. It's probably for businesses, I would assume. But so I have the paid version, and it's because of how often I use it. And I've been paying for it for 2 years, I think. And I first started because at the time I think I was limited in how often I could use it or how fast I was getting responses. Yeah, I haven't actually looked at it in quite a while, but I have it open right now on my monitor, and I've probably already used it today. I'm going to say I've asked it 10 questions today already, and I probably ask it 20 to 30 questions every single day. Like, it's my assistant, right? And I don't want to be bottlenecked by any. It's for the same reason I pay YouTube for the right to not have to watch any ads. So YouTube Premium, I pay them, I don't know what it is, $15 a month or something. But, because I watch a lot of YouTube, I do a lot of research on YouTube, and I don't want to have to watch ads. So anyway, yeah, but yeah, I don't know about the $200 a month version. If there are a few creators in my niche, is it helpful to include the names of some of the other channels in our channel keywords to help the algorithm find us when someone searches for them? No, that doesn't help. And I know people try this because I see it. I see it in my own comments section. I can click on mentions, and someone mentioned my channel, and I'll go check out their video, and they've mentioned like 20 different channel names, and I don't know who they are, and they don't even mention me in the video. It's like no, that doesn't work. It notifies me that you're trying to spam or you know what I mean? You're trying to game the system, and YouTube will probably see it that way too if you try to do that. I will reference other people, other creators, if I talk about them in my video, or if I want to highlight something that they've done. I will tag them, and yeah, that's a reason to do it. I made a few videos this way where I recommend other creators that I think you guys should check out, because I follow them as well, and I get valuable information from them. Perhaps you would too. So I talk about those channels and I link to them so you can check them out. So I think that's totally fine. Where do you hear about these new features that are coming out? That's a good question. Not one I can really answer because I don't know specifically. Through YouTube. Like, I spend a lot of time on YouTube watching videos by companies like vidIQ, or even looking at YouTube itself, or Nick Nimmin, or Ali Abdaal, right? Like, I'll because of the videos I watch, I get presented with more videos like those, and yeah, that's where I get my news typically. But sometimes I will learn things from you guys. Like, already I've learned something from Ty today. Ty Myers mentioned it was about the the hype. I didn't know you could buy hypes. Ty told us today in this live stream that you can buy hypes. I didn't know that, so I learned something from this live chat. So it's just being connected and plugged in, and just always, if you have the willing to learn and you're out searching for stuff, you'll pick stuff up. Question: going live, not enough subs to use the phone. Can I use headphones for mic on a laptop? Do I make thumbnails and description beforehand? Can I use headphones for a mic on a laptop? I think so. If you can, I would test it though. I would test it. Plug in your headphones, as long as your headphones have a mic attached to it, and test it. Like open up an audio recording program and see if you can record yourself, right? And then whatever application you're going to use, you can even test the live. Let's say you're going to go live with YouTube Studio. I would do a test live, like do a private one, and do a live stream for 2 minutes and stop it, and then go back and watch it and see if it sounded all right. So that's what I would do. Ty says the Creator Insider YouTube channel is a good way to get YouTube news. Yeah, I should check that out a little more often than I do. And Ty Myers is a good source of YouTube information. Check out Ty's channel, because you teach me a lot, Ty. Google Trends, that's also a good idea. Yep. 36% want a full-time income. Wow. Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. 36%, yeah, and 29% earn some part-time. 276 votes. That's cool. Awesome. We have a super chat. The Heart Warrior, Mike. Thank you very much, Mike. I really appreciate that. Love the new channel name, by the way. I recognize you from your avatar, so that's awesome. I think that's great. Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you, Mike. Jason Lorette is here. How you doing, Jason? Did you know that vidIQ featured your dancing video in a thread on X and Threads? I saw your comment. I think I answered you too in Creators Cove. I did not know that until you pointed it out. So I did see it. So yeah, that's cool. I guess, yeah, who would have thought my dancing is what was going to get me discovered? Hey, Steve. How you doing? Good to see you. Who else we got in here? Poodle Professor, how you doing? Good to see you. YouTube over 40. How you doing, Karen? 154 watching, 93 likes. Don't forget, there's also 2 dislikes. I've been highlighting those lately. What am I doing wrong to deserve all these dislikes? I don't know. It's all part of the process. That dancing, yeah. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? Jam of all crafts, how you doing? Carp Omnia after 60. Ty's channel has been very helpful. Yes, indeed. Ty's awesome. Let's see. I'm just scrolling up through some of the more recent ones. Another vote for Creator Insider by Steve Brocky. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at that a little bit more. Question from Carolyn. Hello, Carolyn. How important is channel name? I'm planning tours down the rabbit holes in the swirling vortex of my mind. Concerned about giving the wrong impression, spending lots of time considering options. I definitely have thoughts on channel name. So my thought is, now I'm going to preface this by saying it is a personal preference. It's my personal preference, what I'm about to say. The correct answer is your channel name doesn't matter that much. It actually has no effect on the success or lack of success of your videos, okay? In fact, people will find you through your videos, not through your channel, all right? They'll watch a video first. If they like it, then they may go to your channel. Your channel name is displayed below your videos. So, what do you want them to see there? I personally think it's important to have your first name in your channel name. I know not everybody does that, but there are several reasons I like that. I like it for this, the live stream. If you have your first name in your username, I'll be able to address you by name. So there's that. But also, if you comments too. A lot of times I will address people by name in the comments if their name is part of their, like, all I see when people leave a comment is like the username, @ and the username. But if your channel name, you usually want to have your username be similar to your channel name, if not exactly the same if you can. But if your first name is in your channel name, and if you can get it in the username, then I'll see it there. But anyway, no, my point was, if you have your first name in your channel name, then people will know who you are. They won't have to try to remember what your name was, right? Sometimes you may introduce yourself in your video. I prefer if you introduce yourself later in your video, not at the beginning. Don't waste those beginning seconds in telling people who you are or what you do. Like, just get to the point. But if you may introduce yourself later on. But maybe partway through the video, people are getting into your videos like, oh yeah, I like this. Yeah, I'd like to know more. Like, who is she? Who is this guy? And they'll look down. It's like, oh, I don't know by the channel name. I don't know what their name is. So anyway, you know what I mean? That's my point. That's what I feel like it's a good idea to have at least your first name. Now, some people aren't comfortable showing first and last names, okay, and that's totally fine. Just first name. Or if you don't want to share your first name even, think of a name you want to be known as, right? Like, I don't know, my middle name is John, right? I could have said John the Maritimer if I was uncomfortable with people knowing my real first name. Okay, but I'm not uncomfortable. But you know what I mean? You could do something like that, or just pick a random name, like a nickname or something. Just whatever you want people to address you as in the comments. That's the way I look at it, because it helps with branding. It helps people remember who you are. It's just that little bit extra that might create a connection between you and your audience. Okay. Besides that, you can put whatever else you want in your channel name. I would recommend maybe not going too long and trying to stick with something that's easily remembered and easy to spell. Okay, because people may, what was that channel name again? And they'll try to search for it, right? So those are my thoughts. But all that said, it really has no bearing on the success or failure of your video. Alrighty, I'm going to take another drink. I'm here till 5 o'clock today, by the way, so this will be a 3-hour live stream. We are halfway through. I have to leave it at 5, though, because I go play baseball at 5 o'clock today. Alrighty. Well, escaping the suburbs today, I tacked my real name back on the end of my channel name, primarily thinking about what you say about making it personal and relatable that way. Great. I think that's a great idea. Great idea. Over the Hill Archers, or Acres. I'm new here, but I'll be back more. My name is Rob. Should help you remember in time. I will try. Acres, Over the Hill Acres, Rob. Maybe you should rename it Rob Dash Over the Hill Acres. No, you do whatever you want to do. Hello, Lauren. How you doing? My first hello got lost. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've skipped to the end now, so I know I skipped over a bunch of people's questions and comments. But yeah, I try to bounce around. I try to get as many as I can. DG Outdoors channel. Question, Rob, I had a question. All right, well, you know what? DG Outdoors channel. Let's just search for outdoor. There it is. Oh, here's your question. You've got two questions. One is, Rob, I had a question. And then here's the other one. I'm possibly starting a live stream podcast. Any tips for newbies? I've tried in the past and with little views, feels like I was just rambling on to myself with no direction. I get it, but that's okay. Live stream podcast. I love it. I love the idea. Like a video podcast. Do it live, and then, oh, by the way, you can also upload that as, to Apple Music and Spotify and stuff as a podcast. Be prepared to talk to nobody in your first live stream, in all of your earlier live streams. I mean, for the first year or so, I always had like a piece of paper written out, like, topics to cover and what do I want to talk about, what's my intro and all this stuff. Today I didn't. Like, I'm to the point now where you guys are keeping me busy with questions, and I love it. This is awesome. It does get a lot easier when you have people showing up, a lot of people in the live streams. But when you first start, and when I made the decision to go hard at YouTube, and I decided one live stream a week last March 2024, the first one I did, I had 4 people show up. But I was ready for nobody, right? And I think I went live for 90 minutes. But I was ready to have nobody there. I was doing demonstrations, sharing my screen. So that helps. I had that ready, and I had notes, what I was going to share. I also had questions written down. Okay? But my plan was, if anybody shows up, I'm going to ask them who they are. I see we got 3 people here. Like, why don't you let me know in the live chat there what your name is and where you're from? That's usually a nice icebreaker. You can start with that. And Soy Amy says, yeah, ready for nobody. That's right. Be ready for nobody. Because in the end, if you end up talking to nobody for 90 minutes, then, well, you've just made a 90-minute video. And that's a good thing. That's 90 minutes of practice that you've just had in talking to the camera, right? And every once in a while, checking the chat to see if anyone's there, and then looking down, what's the next question you're going to ask, right? So have a list of questions prepared with answers, I guess, and just be ready to talk to nobody. And the beauty is, if nobody shows up, you've still made the video. You could delete it if you want to, but I've never deleted any of my live streams. They're all still there. Then it's a video on demand, and it's the easiest video you'll ever edit because you didn't have to edit it at all. It's done. When the live stream is done, you're done. So, so I guess my answer to your question is be ready and prepared to live stream to nobody and just, go it alone. If you want to let somebody know that if you want somebody to ask you a question, I actually did. I cheated the system a little bit. I told my son when I was going to go live, and I asked him, can you be there? Like, can you ask me questions? In hindsight, I probably wouldn't do it again because, I was prepared with questions anyways. And other people showed up anyway, 3 others. It was him and 3 others. Right? But if it makes you feel more comfortable, do that. Like, ask your son, your daughter, your wife, your husband, whatever, to drop in and then ask a question, if it makes you feel more comfortable, or your friends or whatever. So that's my advice there. I hope that helps. All right, what else we got going on here? Andrew Farmer, I've done 5 live streams now and only had people show up to 2 of them, and max viewers never got more than 3. I agree with Rob. Be prepared to talk about topics. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, I'm reading some comments, but they're in response to other comments that I didn't read. So it's like jumping in on a conversation I wasn't part of, which is great. I love that. I love that you guys are helping each other out. That's what it's all about. If I'm rambling on about something else, you guys do you. JOM, I have recorded my first video and set up my channel, all ready to roll. I'm excited, but also doubting why anyone would care what I have to say. Negative, I know, a hurdle I want to get over. It's typical. That's okay. That's normal. What you're feeling is completely normal. I had doubts too. Everybody does. Well, maybe not everybody, but most people. It's just all I can tell you is once you do it, you'll be so glad you did. I mean, here's the thing you want to realize. If you're feeling self-conscious, if you're worried about what people are going to think of you, the way you sound, the way you look, the way you make your videos, what you're talking about, whatever, if you're concerned about any of that stuff, just know that 99% of the people out there are not that concerned about you. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean most people out there are worried about themselves. Okay? If you go walking down the street and you don't like the sweater you're wearing, most people don't care. They're not even, you could go down the street and come all the way back up and you could take a poll of 100 people that you might have walked past. I bet you maybe one person would know what color shirt you had on. People are not looking and concerned with other people. They're concerned about themselves, right? Did I put 2 of the same color socks on today? Did I remember to brush my teeth? Did I put deodorant on? Right? Like people are thinking, maybe not everybody, maybe this is just me, I don't know, but I feel like most people are more self-absorbed and concerned about themselves than they are about other people. So think of that. Also think that if you don't like the way you look and sound on video, it's probably because you're not used to seeing yourself or hearing yourself on video, right? Especially the hearing part. Because when you hear yourself talk, you're hearing yourself talk from within your own head. You don't hear what you really sound like when you speak. What you really sound like is what everybody else hears. And it's what you will hear if you listen to yourself back on video. That's what you really sound like. So if you say, oh, I hate the way I sound on video. Well, that means you hate the way you sound, period. You're just not used to it. Everybody else in the world, or everybody else that you know, is used to it. That's the way they hear you. So try to think of that, and maybe that will help. And the same thing about the way you look. Honestly, like if you don't like the way you look, first of all, the way you think you look is mirror image, because you always see yourself in a mirror. You actually look the reverse of that. So there's that is the obvious thing, but also, you don't ever really see the back of your head unless you're using 2 mirrors, I guess. But you know what I mean? Like if you see yourself in a video and you're looking sideways, well, you don't usually see yourself that way. You only usually see yourself in a mirror. So the reverse, right? So, yeah, try to think of those things and just realize that, the way you look and sound is completely normal. That's you. And by the way, most people aren't concerned about the way you look and sound anyways. They're concerned about themselves. So there's a little pep talk for you. I hope it helps. Carolyn, I'm pretty sure people would notice if I didn't remember to brush my teeth and use deodorant. Yeah, probably me too. Effie says, do you ever consult? Do you ever give advice on a viewer's channel? I do offer coaching. I do one-on-one coaching. And if anybody's interested in that, I have a link in the description below. Yeah, even though this is a live stream, in my description below all my videos, I have a link for coaching. So I do that. I usually do, I'm going to say I do around 4 calls a week. I think I have 4 set up, like 2 tomorrow, 1 Thursday, 1 Friday. So yeah, you can click that link and then you can book a time. You can book your call that way. It's basically Calendly is what I use, and it's attached to my Google Calendar. So I have to make sure. So I have times set up for when I can be available for coaching calls. They're 50-minute calls, and I schedule them on the hour. So that gives me 10 minutes room between calls. And I think tomorrow, the 2 that I have are back-to-back. But Yeah, you can book your time, and this has only happened to me once that I got double booked. I have to remember that if there's a day that's different than most weeks that I'm scheduled to do something, let's say I have a dentist appointment or something, I have to put it in my Google Calendar. As long as I put it in there, then that kind of takes away from where people can book. I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but that's how Calendly works. I love it. Calendly's great. Karen says, so true, Rob. If you've made a video and someone comes across it, they're there for the info, and a lot of people are doing other things while watching and listening, so not analyzing the way you look. Yeah, that's a great point, Karen. Actually, that's a very good point. I've had people tell me that they rarely actually watch my videos. Some people will. One guy told, he's a tiler. He's in construction, and he lays tiles. And he turns the YouTube video on, but puts his phone in his pocket, and he's got earbuds in. He listens to me. Other people will listen to me almost like a podcast when they're going out for a walk, so they don't watch me at all. Another lady said that she puts me on her TV, so I'm there, but she's actually vacuuming or something, doing housework while I'm on the TV. So yeah, no, a lot of people aren't even really watching. They're more listening. Now, that's going to depend on what kind of content you're making. Like if you're like Nicola and you've got a food channel or like cooking channel, then you're probably going to want to watch. People are going to want to watch a cooking channel, not necessarily just listen to what she has to say. Whereas unless I'm doing a how-to tutorial, like this morning's video that I posted, a lot of my videos are me just kind of giving advice and talking and right, like I'm doing right now. And so in this case, people can just listen. They may not even be watching if it's that kind of a video. Question from the boys from Belgium. Maybe it would be useful for us to also offer an extra live stream in our native language. You go right, excuse me, you go right ahead. My Belgian is not so good, like non-existent. I can't speak Belgian. Wildly artistic living. I usually have it on earphones and stay busy. That's good. That's smart. Yeah, because there's some live streams that I like to watch too that could be like 3 hours long, and I typically don't have a spare 3 hours, like 3 hours to spare. So in that, if that's the case, sometimes I'll have it on my computer, but I'll turn the volume down a little bit so I can at least concentrate on what I'm doing, and it'll be on a tab that's behind. Unless it gets interesting, then I'll go back and maybe see what's going on. But yeah, that's a good strategy. Absolutely. Did you ever interview people? Yes, I have. Well, I mean, I don't consider myself an interviewer. I'm not trained in that at all, but I have had people on my channel that I've kind of interviewed. I like to think of it more as just a friendly chat, right? But I've had several people on, and if you go to my channel and click on, what is it called? Podcasts or, yeah, podcasts. It's in here. Okay, that's one. So yeah, they're all here. Okay, you can find them in here. So Maggie McCormick, I had her on. Old Mike, Christy Lemire, Brian Johnson, Raina, Jason from Camtasia, Kevin Colby, Alexa Serenoya. So these are all episodes that you can watch. The video version, I actually uploaded, I think all of them to Spotify as well and Apple Music, but I haven't done one in a while. So you can find them there. You can also find them if you just go to the live tab. Let's close that. So they're also in here. If you go way down in the live streams, it's quite a while. That was a fun one right there. When was that? It's a stream 3 months ago. So that was an hour and a half, and I had Brian Johnson, Alexa Serenoya, and Ty Myers. I had all three of them and myself, and the four of us had a chat. Now, usually when I interview other people, it's just one-on-one. I'll take questions from you guys as well. But in that one, we didn't have a chance. We dominated the conversation. What can I say? I found it difficult because I was trying to listen to them, but also look at the chat and listen to them, look at the chat. And it's kind of hard to do. You almost need a producer to kind of help you with something like that. But it went all right. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I'll probably do more of that. You guys want me to do more things like that? Let me know if you do. Oh, Ty just said, let's do another group. Ty's here, by the way. Yeah, Ty's in here. Let's do another group live with Alexa. Sure, why not? That was fun. I think that was a good number of people, too. There were 4 of us. That was a good number. I had thought, should we do 5, 6, 7, 8? Like, it might get kind of crazy if we do too many. and hard to manage as well. Anaholics says, most Belgians... Hello, Anaholics. How you doing? I just noticed you here. Most Belgians don't know how to speak Belgian. Most of the time they talk Dutch, French, and sometimes German. Okay, that's just my my ignorance showing through there. I didn't know that. I've never been to Belgium. Dutch, French, and sometimes German. Interesting. Okay. I did not know that. So is Belgian even a language? Well, it must be, the way you said that. Maybe it is, but maybe it's an older language. It's not used that much. Learn something new. See, I'm learning something today. This is awesome. Love it. Heartily Happy. How you doing? Good to see you. I loved your recent videos. Intro. What was your motivation to dance? And what camera did you use to capture you from that long distance? That was my iPhone. What was my motivation? That's a funny one, because let me bring that up. I had a lot of fun making that video. And I, in fact, changed... How to check? Oh, I just lost. Okay, it was this one. IG version. No, this one. Let's bring up my screen now. I'm sharing this screen. Let's see now. I have to rearrange some things so it makes a little bit of sense. Bring the timeline up. Okay. I really did like the intro. But so I'll tell you, so the intro was just this. Michael Jackson. So I had most of this video edited the night before I posted it. I woke up actually very early, like 4 in the morning. And I thought, and I was just thinking, I think I went to bed too early or something. So I woke up early and I was thinking, I think this would be a good video, because I had already, I captured myself like walking away and then running up to it. This part here where I was running. Okay. That I had done. I filmed it the day before and I edited most of it the night before. And it was just going to start right here. The video was going to start here. But then I thought, what's a better way? Like, are people going to watch that? I was worried about the hook, the intro, the first 30 seconds. I mean, it's just me running. And I was thinking, that's too long to be doing that. That people are going to leave. Then I thought I needed a better hook. And then I don't know what I thought of the heartbeat and black and white. Heartbeat and black and white were my first two thoughts, and just kind of snips of me dancing, funny poses or something. And that's what got me thinking about it. And then I went into epidemic sound. Honestly, I went into epidemic sound, looked for a heartbeat. You can actually search for heartbeats at specific beats per minute, right? So I searched for a slow one. That was the slowest heartbeat I could find. And Camtasia doesn't, I don't think, maybe it does. Anyway, yeah, I never even thought of that. I probably could have slowed that down by using clip speed. So yeah, no, that there is the heartbeat sound. That these are the cinematic impact big whatever descending noise. Okay. And then this one is the video clip. Okay, that little green thing there is it fading away. And then this one is the text, fades in and then fades away. Right? Then I went to ChatGPT and I thought, okay, here's my idea for the intro. 3 or 4 clips, but I want some text to go along with it to try to keep people engaged. And with the help of ChatGPT, we came up with what would get you to dance, like no one's watching. Actually, no, I think I came up with that. But then what would make you smile? It came up with that one. And then I didn't add text to the next one. Anyways, then it's just a matter of playing around with it and the timing and all that stuff. But no, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to make that. Let me move this over here. Alrighty. Who is here? Brooke is here. How you doing, Brooke? Good to see you. I was on Brooke's live stream yesterday. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me, Brooke. That was fun. Karen says, Rob has started a trend I've had a subby tell me I have to do the Rob dance. Oh my God. When I hit 1,000, they asked me to promise I'd do it. And you did? You promised? Can't wait to see it. Snafu U6, QQQ above already. Let's go. QQQ. QQQ above. Was it yours? There's a lot of QQQs that I missed. Wildly Artistic Living says, where do you get the music and sound from? So Epidemic Sound. And I have a link below if you want to check that out. It's an affiliate link. I would earn a commission if you use it. But I think you get some, what do you get for, there's something you get, but I always forget. I've got it in my descriptions. What is it here? Epidemic Sound. Yeah, enter code ROB50 and you'll get 50% off your first 2 months after a 30-day free trial. So yeah, I go to Epidemic Sound. I searched for, under sound effects, I searched for those sound effects. And it wasn't just that. If I come back here, so I showed you, here, let's zoom back in again. So I showed you those sound effects, right? The heartbeat, the cinematic impact sound. And then up here, this was one. Was it that one? No. Sorry, it wasn't. Sorry, I got to find it here. Where am I going? Oh, it was here. So at the end of this. No, it wasn't there either. Where'd it go? That's me talking. It's gone. I must have deleted it by accident. There was a scream, and I kind of looked to the side, and there was a scream, and why is that gone? I must have deleted it when I created the Instagram version. Anyways, yeah, and I also use Epidemic Sound for my music, for all the music that I use when I. So that also had right here. This was music in the bottom, and this was music here too. That was music, and then this was music. Do you want to know why? I just searched for elevator music there. And then at the end, that was the same music I used before. So yeah, with a subscription with Epidemic Sound, you can use or download as much music as you want. And you can use it in, you know, if I make a video with music I got from Epidemic Sound, okay, if I then cancel my Epidemic Sound subscription in the future, any videos I made before that cancellation can exist forever, right? I don't have to take my videos down. But if I downloaded music, like there's one piece of music I use at the end of most of my videos, so I have that in a file on my computer. If I end my subscription with them, from that day on, I can't make any new videos and post them to YouTube with that music. Otherwise, that's a violation. Okay, and it would get flagged because they have systems in place to catch that. All right, so you have to keep that in mind. That scream made me spew my coffee. It was an awesome laugh. It was a sound effect from Epidemic Sound. It was not my scream. Popped in here for learning on my birthday. Jackie, happy birthday, Jackie. And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sharing your birthday with us. Ryan Dion says, have you had to say no to any sponsorships or products you don't want to promote? Yes, I do quite often, actually. I do quite often. Because I don't want a sponsorship. I'm not just going to, I mean, the money would be nice, I suppose, but I would lose trust with my audience if I made a sponsored video on a product that I don't use myself or believe in. So yeah. I all the time. Let's see. Oh, Poodle Professor says vidIQ still suggests hashtags in titles and description. Thoughts? I don't see them in titles much at all. I'm surprised they suggest that. But I do trust vidIQ, so I would personally, I'd probably go look to try to find where they said that. And really? Because that would get me to, because my thought is no, you don't want that in your title. Did you say titles? Yeah, titles. No, you don't. I'm pretty sure they would not have said to put hashtags in titles. Descriptions, maybe, but even then, I mean, I never have. To me, hashtags are a Twitter thing. It's not something, like people don't search for hashtags. And I don't believe that they help you get found anymore. I mean, you can put tags in, but some people will say that tags don't even matter anymore. Like when you put, I'm not talking hashtags, I mean tags in YouTube Studio, like underneath your description, underneath your thumbnail, put tags in. I still do, but I put no thought into them. I just use ChatGPT. After we've had our chat about what the title's going to be, what the thumbnail text is going to be, then I'll say, give me a list of tags that I can copy and paste, and that's all I do. And I don't even think that matters, really, because YouTube knows what my video's about. They're going to transcribe it. They don't need me to tell it what text is in my video. They know. So, but yeah, interesting. Interesting that, I wonder if that's an old video of vidIQs, maybe? I don't know. You can totally dance, Karen. Go for it, Brooke says. vidIQ would recommend everything that their tool can do automatically. Yeah, I suppose. All right, let's see. Effie says, what sort of things do you promote? I don't promote anything. Well, I shouldn't say that. Like, if I'm coming out with a new program, a course, or something I want to let people know about, I may make a YouTube video about it, but I'll know that video is not going to do very well. It's still kind of on topic because the stuff that I offer would be relevant to my channel. But most people are just here for my videos and not necessarily wanting to buy a course or coaching or anything like that, which is totally fine. But in terms of using the YouTube promote, nothing. I wouldn't use that for anything. YouTube says don't use it to promote don't use it to try to grow your channel, to try to get subs faster and views faster. That's not what it's for. What it's for is if you have an event or a product that you want to promote, that you want to get more eyeballs on. Let's say you have a date-specific event that you want to get as many people to as possible. You could perhaps use it to promote that, like make a video about that and promote that video. But yeah, I don't even know if I would do that, quite honestly. That's what they say, but if I wanted to promote something, quite honestly, like if I had, and I may do this in the future, but let's say one of my courses, I feel like people outside of my channel would be interested in it. I'd probably look at Facebook and look at doing a Facebook ads campaign or something like that. And I wouldn't mess around with my channel by using it to promote things. I don't want to hurt the channel. The channel is what is going to bring in the leads to whatever business you've got going on, if you're doing YouTube as a business. So that's the way I would look at it. Hey Rob, are YouTube Shorts okay as a promo of a published video, or should they be their own thing, like unique short content? The first question you want to ask yourself is, what is your focus? What type of content do you enjoy making and that you want to make? Long form videos or short form? How do you want to grow your channel? Long form videos or short form? I would pick one and get good at one. It's hard enough to get good at one than trying to get good at both. I think of them as two different platforms. I don't put any effort into short form myself, so I'm long form, okay? I'm from the long form camp. Other people are successful with short form, right? But you have to realize that the people who watch short form content aren't typically in the mood to go watch a 15-minute long form video. So getting people to go from one to the other is usually pretty tough. So the only reason I do shorts, and I don't even know if it's all that effective. I do not think they hurt my channel. I know some people say, oh, you should delete all your shorts. They're just hurting your channel. Jury's out on that one for me. And not, some people truly believe that, and that's totally fine. We're all kind of sharing our experiences here. I have not seen any evidence that my shorts are hurting my long form videos or my channel as a whole. One of the arguments is that, Well, if you get a bunch of subscribers from shorts, you know, the percentage of your subscribers for longs goes down. You know, you're not, you know, when you do a long form video and it's promoted to your shorts, then, you know, your ratio numbers will come down because your shorts subscribers aren't going to be watching it. I can kind of see where that argument is going, but don't you think YouTube probably knows where the subscribers came from too? You know, like maybe if you make a long form video, it's your long form subscribers that they're promoting it to. Maybe when you make a short, it's your shorts subscribers it gets promoted to. I don't know, right? Or even if it does get promoted to all, YouTube probably knows, okay, maybe the numbers are down, but they're only down because of the short subscribers, but this is a long form, so we're not going to pay attention to that. We're paying attention to this, right? That might be the way it works. Like, we don't know. So it's all about trying new things, right? I've tried with shorts. And when I make a short, I put it on Instagram, I put it on TikTok, usually. But, you know, my Instagram account has, I don't even know, it's 400 or 500, I forget, subscribers. So nowhere near what my YouTube channel is. I just put it there for branding purposes. Like, the way I think of it is my focus is on long form videos, growing my channel, long form videos. My business model is coaching, courses, stuff like that, driven by live streams and my long form videos. So what I'm thinking is, well, if I do have some shorts up there, then if somebody who typically watches long form videos, if I happen to pop up in their shorts feed when they're upstairs watching TV or in the bathroom killing time, whatever they're doing, right? If I happen to pop up, there's my face. It's like, oh, hey, by the way, I still exist, right? Like, that's just a branding thing. I don't necessarily expect people to see me pop up in shorts and say, who's this guy? I want to switch from watching 1 minute shorts right now, and I want to go watch a 15-minute video of this guy, right? That doesn't happen. So just a branding thing. That's the way I look at it. And because of that, I don't put any time in it. If it took me a long time to make shorts, I probably wouldn't do them. But I just use Opus Clip, and it does it automatically. So there you go. Why am I out of breath? I got to slow down. Just calm down. How effective are posts in boosting engagement, especially for a beginner? I think posts, like community posts, are great to keep in contact with your viewers, to keep them in the know. Do I pay for Opus Clip? Yes, I did. I bought a year, I think, so I can still, but I don't know if I would again. Sorry. I just saw that question pop up, Marius. So yeah, how effective are posts? I think posts are a great way to stay in touch with your audience. Like, I typically will use it if I'm running late posting a video that I had told people I was going to post that day. I'll let you know in a post. I think they're great for polls. I think they're great for, tell me what thumbnail's better, right? Things like that. Yeah, so there you go. Miss Biz, hello, how you doing? Good to see you. Anaholics, background music in a video or not? That's a great question. And I'm wondering if you're asking because I normally don't put it in, but in that dancing video I did. I will the reason, okay, oh, sorry, I'll answer your question first. Your question was, should you put background music in your videos or not? It's a personal preference. It's not necessarily a personal preference. It's whatever your viewers want. Okay, so if you normally put background music in your videos and that's kind of part of what you do and you've been gaining subscribers, then that's probably what they're used to getting. Run with it. I don't usually put background music in my videos. In fact, whenever I do, there's some people that will say, would you get rid of that background music? I hate it. like generally quite upset that it's there. Is the way their comments come across to me. And it's like, whoa, okay, sorry. But now the reason I put it in the last video is because of the intro I made. I made an intro that had like a heartbeat and some dramatic sounds. And then it was like, I was running up the hill. So I actually searched for Chariots of Fire. I don't know if I'm dating myself. Well, you guys are all over 42, right? Maybe you probably know what that is. Movie from the early 80s or late 70s. I can't remember. Running movie, right? And it's iconic music. You got to know what I'm talking about. I searched for that, and obviously I couldn't use that one. That's copyrighted music, I guess. And so whatever I put in there is what I found. So music. And then different music again for the dance scene. And that was kind of upbeat, funky stuff is what I searched for, I think, and came up with what I came up with. And at that point, I just thought, you know what? It would be odd to just quickly cut to, because at that point, then the rest of the video is me talking to my camera like I usually do on that hill. Okay. But I wanted it to feel, I didn't want it to feel like two separate videos. I wanted it to feel like one complete video. So I felt like it needed background music during my monologue portion. All right. So that was my thought process, but hey, it's something new, something I tried. Some people didn't like it. You know, most people didn't say anything about it. A few people said, loved the music, even the elevator music. And that's actually what I searched for. I searched for the term elevator music for the one I came up with. So yeah, there you go. Anaholics, those are my thoughts on that. Boy, that is a mixed bag question. Matt Man Solar. Hey, Matt Man, how you doing? Matt Man joined me in Brooks' live stream yesterday. That was fun, talking microphones and cameras. And I don't know what question you're referring to. The one I just answered, maybe? Retired with purpose. Hey, Rob, I think first and foremost, you have to have a mindset of helping people. I agree. Not everybody wants to, but I feel like that's the best way to grow a channel myself. Not even just to grow a channel, but maybe this isn't everybody, but it feels good to me to help people. Yes, I'm trying to build a business here too. Not trying, I am. I'm building a business. So there are selfish reasons that I'm doing this as well. But I love what I do, and you know, it involves helping people. I just feel like if I wasn't helping people, I think it would be harder to grow a channel and I wouldn't enjoy it as much. So yeah, if you can, I feel like there's a lot of people out there on YouTube, right? There's a lot of people out there looking for help for things, right? And a lot of people are looking for help online. There's also a lot of lonely people out there, I believe, and they're online looking for help in whatever it is. So if you can help somebody in whatever it is you're good at or know things about, if you make videos about that, there's a high probability that there's people out there that can benefit from those types of videos from you. So that's kind of the way I think about it when I'm helping other people, you know, get started with their channels. Think about the things that you're good at, the things that you like to do, or the things that you're knowledgeable in. That's a great place to start. Start there, and then think. Another way to look at it is try to think of yourself from several years ago, and what you wish you knew then that you know now, right? Then that might give you some ideas as to what you can help people with. Like try to help your past self from 5 years ago. Make videos that help that person, and there's probably other people like them, right? A good way to think about it too. Captain Carnivore, hi Rob, tuning in from Northern Idaho. Welcome, Captain. Captain, very maritime name, I love it. Nicola has a question. It's been on my mind. I have 5,000 plus very supportive group on my personal Facebook, which I barely use since the pandemic, mostly because they are in my fitness era. Should I share this channel there or no? Good question. Yeah, because you've got a very healthily growing channel now on YouTube, which is a cooking channel, and so what you're saying is in a previous life you had 5,000 followers on Facebook in the fitness space, and you haven't used it since the pandemic. So if you haven't used it, so that's 5 years, four years ago. That 5,000. You've got to think that a good chunk of them are not interested in that anymore, only just because over time people's interests change. So the 5,000 may not be 5,000 totally engaged people anymore. It's probably less than that. I guess the way I would look at it I guess what I would do is ask why. That would be my first question. Why would I do that? Like, why do I want to do that? Is it because you just want to let people know what you're up to? In which case, maybe there's a valid reason to do that. I would be concerned that you would dilute your YouTube channel with people who aren't as interested in your cooking stuff that you're making now. That's the concern. Okay, and you might stunt your channel's growth. If there are specific people that you want to, I can't remember where you're at. What are you? Trying to bring it up here. Here. Go to channel. 1,500 subscribers now. Wow, that's awesome, because you only started a few months ago, didn't you? Oldest 4 months ago. 1,500 subscribers. That's amazing. So if you have a few people, close friends and whatnot, that you'd like to let know what you do, I would let them know individually is probably what I would do. You could send a Facebook message. Oh, by the way, this is what I'm doing now. That's probably what I would do. Even 5,000 is a lot. Like, I haven't even shared. So I actually deleted Facebook off of my phone just because it's a pain. But if I was still active on Facebook, I probably still wouldn't share my channel. And on my Facebook, I don't know how many friends I have. Friends, there's air quotes again, 5th time today. I don't know. It's less than 500, I think, on my Facebook account. I was much more active on it, like when I started with it, like 2017 or 16, 15, I don't know. Anyway, where am I going with this? Yeah, so 80,000 subscribers here. If I let 400 people know on Facebook, it probably would not affect my channel that much at this point. But if you have 5,000 people you're letting know about a channel that's at 1,500, that might have a measurable effect if they aren't interested in your cooking stuff. So that's the danger. That's what I'd be concerned about. I'd be more, I don't know. There might be creative ways, because there may be people in there, like that's probably why you're asking. There's probably people in there who would be interested in what you're doing now. But the challenge is to find like who's interested in both the cooking and the fitness, or right? And maybe you know them more on a personal level that you could let them know that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that helps you, Nicola, but those are my thoughts. I'd be careful. How's that? Jeff says, do you do outro music on some videos, I thought? Yes, I do. On most of my videos. I did not on today's, but in most of my videos I do. And I get that music from Epidemic Sound. Steve Brocky is back. I didn't know you left, Steve. X is better. What's this about? Thanks everyone for the feedback. Question, I'm also wondering about shorts and long form on the same channel. I've heard that it's better to make 2 channels. My channel is a South Bath meditation channel, and so many of my subs watch both. Yeah, you could do 2 channels. That might be where I would go with it, but even before you do that, though, I would first make sure your main channel focus is chugging along pretty good and doesn't need any more of your attention. Or could more of your attention be spent on that and even grow it faster? That's where my first thought goes. Like, again, I have a second channel. It's called Rob by the Sea. I've got 150 subscribers on that channel, and I haven't made a video on it in 6 months. I only made videos on it for a month or 2. Is my time better spent growing that channel or this one? This one, right? So that's the question you got to ask. I guess ask yourself why. If they're both around the same size, then I suppose you can split your time evenly and see which one takes off first. But even then, it's hard. Again, I've said this before. I've said it today already. It's hard to grow a YouTube channel, one YouTube channel. So why complicate it by trying to grow 2 at the same time? Like, try to grow 1 first. That's my advice, anyways. But you do what you want. Anaholics, I just checked out your channel, Nicola. Now I'm hungry. Yes, that's a danger about going to Nicola's channel. You'll get hungry for sure. Cartoonpreneur Pro has a question. Hey there, Rob. Had a question. I got lost a few times. One of my growing channels, I felt, unfairly removed. YouTube replied to my appeals with an AI reply. How can I start anew? So I've never had to do that. I would, whether it's unfair or not, there's probably an appeals process, but, yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, YouTube has rules and you got to follow them or they can delete your channel. That's the bottom line. So you have to follow the rules. How can you start anew? Can you not just start a new channel? Maybe with a different email address? I guess it depends. It depends on why they banned your channel. They may not allow you to create a new channel under that account. You may have to create a new account. I'm not too sure. You might have to look into that more. Because it's not something I've run into. Sorry. All right. Oh, I'm not able to keep up, guys. I'm sorry. Here's a question. Diggity Dog Dan. Love the name. I'm pretty shy, but want to sell items on my channel. How to stay anonymous when making videos. You can frame yourself so you're only shot from here down. Like, don't capture your face. You can have a top-down shot where it's only showing your hands. There's creative ways to frame it so that you're not shown. That's what I would look at. I don't know if that's exactly what you're thinking about, but that's an option. I will say, if it's just because you're shy, I don't want to push you into doing something totally uncomfortable, but I will say that channels where people do show themselves and talk directly to the camera tend to do better, because that's when people feel more of a connection to the creator and are more apt to want to stick around for more, to subscribe, to ask questions in the comments that you can then answer, and that YouTube loves that engagement. All that stuff just gets a lot easier if you show yourself. But I understand if you're shy, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it, and that's totally fine. There are faceless channels out there doing great. I just think they're harder to grow quickly. They're just harder to grow. Something's got to be, you have to differentiate yourself somehow. If you're showing your face, that's the obvious way. I mean, you are you. You're the only you there is, unless you have a twin, I suppose. Right? But you're the difference maker. Otherwise, whatever you're talking about, somebody else could be talking about. Well, what's the difference? Why would somebody pick you over them? Things like that get easier to answer if you're showing up in your videos. So consider it, and I wish you the best of luck. I want to acknowledge Ryan. Thank you so much, Ryan Dion, for the super chat. I really appreciate that, or super thanks, I guess that is. Thank you very much. AI Lig Music says, mine was easy to grow. You should share with us. I know you've got a large channel, so congrats on that. Yeah, I don't know what you did, but you've grown your channel. So yeah, maybe AI Lig will, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but maybe he or she will share the secret to growing a faceless channel. What else we got here? And been subbed since then was such a smaller channel and have got so much great advice. Thanks, Rob. You're the man. No problem, Ryan. I appreciate it. Diggity Dog Dan, no problem. Jam of all crafts. True, though, there are a lot of channels I've seen that don't show their faces, but feature in the videos, and they do okay. But you're right, Rob. Yeah, again, there's so many different ways to make videos. It's all a matter of trying to find the best way to grow your channel, if that's what your goal is, to grow a channel. AI League. I'm a he. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Your name is not, or maybe that is your name. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just don't know. Let's see. Hannah B, Life from 40. Glad to be here with a 9 to 5. Little time to cultivate an active community, but I respond to comments so I don't post and ghost. Could this be hindering the growth of my channel? The fact that you respond to comments so you don't post and ghost, that won't hinder your channel at all. Like, respond to comments, absolutely. YouTube loves engagement. So when people comment on your videos, respond to them. I respond to all mine. Still, I don't know if I want to knock on wood, but at some point I may not be able to. But so far, I've been able to respond to all, and I make a point of, the day after I post a new or the day I post a new video, I usually spend answering comments like all day for the rest of that day is what I do, and usually a lot the next day too. I think it's important. I think it's important in growing your channel. That's how you foster a connection, and that's quite honestly that's how you meet people too in your channel, which is a great side effect of doing YouTube is the people you meet. So I've met a lot of awesome friends, and yeah, love it. Sean Manaher Daily, thoughts on repurposing live video content by pulling out sections to make standalone videos. Within a live, I spoke on how to use AI to write scripts. My audience would like it, I think. Absolutely, give that a shot. So I would chalk that up to, or I would put that in the category of you got to try new things. Okay, so repurposing live content, 100%. Give that a shot, see how it works. It may work well, it might not. If it doesn't, I wouldn't necessarily never try it again, right? Because there could be many reasons why it doesn't work, but it might do really well. I've never spent much time doing that here. I think once I did it, and it was actually Brooke that suggested there's a clip in my video, in my live, that I should do as a video. So I did that. And actually, she just did that very thing on her channel today. I know about it because I was in it. I was in the live stream yesterday, and she created part of that. She turned part of that live into a video, and she's testing it to see how it does. So I would 100% do that because you never know until you try. Let's see. Oh, Nicholas says, just thinking many will not sub but not watch, but I could be wrong, Catherine. Yeah, so, again, my thoughts on that are, if they don't sub because they're not interested, that's probably fine, right? It's what you don't want is a bunch of people to subscribe to you and then not watch your videos. That's what I've been making videos on lately. I think I've got most of that out of my system now, though. I did like 3 videos on that, so time to move on to what I was normally making. Naib's own journey, Naib's. Hey Rob, hey Naib, how you doing? I hope I said your name right. Oh, AI League, AI, because parts of my work, AI League sounds like AI League. Okay. And at the same time sounds like the German E-League. Yeah, which means quick, swiftly. Oh, cool. Interesting. Thank you for that. I've wondered. Because I recognize you in my comments, which is great. So, yeah, no, that's good. And now I know that you're a he. All right. When building thumbnails, should I try to always add myself somewhere in the image? Thumbnail creation seems to be the hardest part for me right now. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, my Lord. Okay, I'm just trying to scroll down here. Now, where is that? No, QQQ. And we'll go to the bottom. Where'd it go? When building thumbnails. How come that's not showing up here? Oh, it's not. Oh, it's because there's only one Q. That's why. There it is. Okay. Why did I disappear? Good Lord, guys. Did you guys tell me? Hey, Rob. I hate that. That is the thumbnail wheel. There we go. How long was I gone for? See, if you do this with a thumbnail wheel, that's what happens. I got to watch that. All right. Hey, Rob, you disappeared. You did that last week, too. Yes, I did. 32 seconds. All right. Sorry, guys, but you can still hear me. All right. Okay, here. Now, this is what I wanted to do. Pop your question on the screen. When building thumbnails, should I try to always add myself somewhere in the image? Thumbnail creation seems to be the hardest part for me right now. If you are part of your brand, okay, in your videos, if you're in your videos, right, if it's not a faceless channel, you are talking in your videos, and, you know, you're part of your brand, you are... If that's the case, then yes, I would try to put yourself in all of your thumbnails, or the vast majority of them. That's what I do because I'm in all my videos. If this was a faceless channel, then there'd be no point in putting my face on my thumbnails. You know, you want to get to a point where if you are part of your brand, if you're going to be in your videos and you want people to be able to connect with you, remember who you are, your name, and all this stuff, that's where I talk about, you know, it's great to have your name in your channel name so people can remember who you are in case you forget to introduce yourself. Put your face in as many places as you can all throughout your videos. Even when I share my screen, I usually keep my face on screen somewhere. Right? I'm in my avatar, my face, not my whole body, just face. So you... Like, remember me? Like, I just want to get myself out there as much as I can. So if that's the case, then yeah, put yourself in your thumbnails. It's part of the branding. And but if it's a faceless channel, there's no point, there's no need to do that. And furthermore, what I often tell people is you want to get to a point where when people see your thumbnail, they'll think, oh, that's Rob. Click. I want to watch that. They may not have even read the title or the text on the thumbnail, but they see me or my hat. I try to use this hat in a lot of videos. It's kind of part of the branding as well. You know, I'm sure there's some people that they'll see a thumbnail and recognize that it's me and they'll click it and watch it. Okay? You want to get to a point. You want to get to that point. So anyway, those are my thoughts on that. Hope it helps. Let's see. Karen says, Rob is so good at answering questions. The ones I get to answer. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't get to answer all of them. I try to answer as many as I can. Let's see. Oh, here we go. What do you think about posting two types of videos on the same channel, faceless and vlog style talking? I plan to upload one each weekly. I started faceless, then added vlogs. My initial thought is that they should be on separate channels because they're going to have two separate audiences, and you know the audiences that like the vlogs maybe aren't going to be interested in the faceless and vice versa, right? So neither will get the growth that they probably would have if they were by themselves. So that's, you know, if you have more than one interest like that, then that's a good reason to start a second channel and have two channels. I do think it's harder to grow two channels than one. So, you know, but, you know, if you really want to make both types of videos, I would do it on separate channels. That's what I would do. YouTubers over 60, caps as merch, maybe? Oh, blue caps. Yes, Catherine, sorry. Maybe with a little peanut up here or something. I've thought about adding merchandise. I'm going to probably at some point. I just don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to probably involve peanut in some shape or, you know, maybe it's a t-shirt with, you know, Peanut's face and no words. If you know, you know, kind of thing. Or I don't know. Maybe she's captaining a sailboat. right? I probably have to get somebody a little more talented with logo design or something to design me something. But yeah, who knows? See you, Steve. Away to record now. Have a good evening. You too, Steve. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see. All right. Okay, let me look for another question I maybe didn't answer. Thank you so much, Rob. Love your insightful videos and lives. No problem. Appreciate that. Thoughts on Reaper. Okay, I answered that one for Sean. Yep, that was good. Diggity Dog. I want to sell my items on my Facebook page. What's a good way to stay anonymous on my page, but information with my audience? See, I don't know. See, I'm not that plugged in with Facebook, so I don't know. I can't really help with that. It's the staying anonymous part that I would have a problem with, because that kind of goes against my thoughts on the way to grow a YouTube channel, and that's kind of my forte, how to grow a YouTube channel. That's what I try to help people with. But staying anonymous is something that just kind of, it's like it handcuffs you. It makes it harder. I mean, there are things you can do, like if you don't want people to find out where you live, like, don't capture your street name and number on your house kind of thing. Try not to capture your license plates and things like that. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know enough about Facebook and how it works to be able to help. Sorry. Okay. All right, that was just 1, 2, 2. All right, how's everybody doing? How are we doing for time? We've got about 30 minutes. Oh, here's a question. Terry, how you doing, Terry? If you are starting out with a channel and not getting much feedback, is it okay to just get your content ideas from research, what people in your niche are looking for? I do that through ChatGPT. 100%. Yes, absolutely. That's a perfectly good way to do it. And you should. People should be researching their niche. Like other people that make videos like you make, check out their channels, see what's working for them. Right? Look for outlier videos that are doing way better than the size of their channel, for instance. Maybe you can kind of redo that video in your own way, or maybe you have thoughts you can add to it, right? You might get title ideas that way. You might get thumbnail ideas that way. Yeah, absolutely. And then if you're having trouble getting feedback, getting comments, then you want to start inserting some things that might help kind of promote that, like asking people questions in your videos. Try to get in the habit of, what do you guys think about this? This is what I think, but what do you think? Right? Let me know in the comments below. At the end of the videos, what other videos would you like to see me make? You can let me know in the comments below, and I answer all comments. You can say things like this, right? I answer all comments. I take my video ideas from you guys. So, or you can run a poll, right? I mentioned that earlier. Something you can do in your community posts. You can set up a poll like I did in this live stream. And let's just check it right now. I ran a poll, 372 votes now. What is your primary reason for wanting to have a YouTube channel? And the winner so far is earn a full-time income. So you can run polls like that in community posts or in live streams. And you can learn from your audience what else they would like to see from you. You can ask them very specific questions that the answers would help you. That's what I would do. So I hope that helps, Terry. Question, how can we set up the chat for a future live? Last week I just put up a thumbnail and did a post. I couldn't figure out how to set up the live ahead of time. Okay, so you would schedule your live stream. You go into your YouTube studio and you schedule your live stream. Make sure you check the boxes for live chat replay and to enable live chat, and it gets set up automatically. Once you set it up and schedule it in advance, people can start chatting in there right away. Okay, so that happens right away. Do you have any advice? I got tons of advice. I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you. I know, you got a question right above here. I'm having my first viral video. Wow, awesome. I'm so happy, but I'm having a hard time not getting obsessed with YouTube Studio. Do you have any advice? You know what? Have fun with it. Like, look at your YouTube Studio. Some people will tell you, oh, you can't look at YouTube Studio because, you're just wasting time. And there might be some truth to that. But I'll tell you right now, I look at mine all the time. When I'm out for a walk, I'll check it on my phone. I probably shouldn't. I look at it too much. But, I feel like I learn things by looking at it. I can try to see trends. Every time I think I see a trend, then it just proves me wrong and something else. You know what I mean? It's not always... Trends aren't, you think they're there, but then they're not. But one thing to keep in mind is if your video is doing really well, like if you're still, like, and I don't know what you mean by viral, like viral means different things to different people depending on the size of their channels, right? Like if somebody has 1,000 subscribers, well then 10,000 views is viral. If somebody has 500,000 subscribers, then 10,000 views is not viral. That's probably a flop, actually, right? So it's all relative. Sophia, YouTube Studio is addictive. Yes, it 100% is. Only thing to count on is you can't count on anything in Studio, but it is fun to watch. Matt says, yeah, no, that's right. But here's where I think it is useful, though. If you notice a video is popping off and it's doing great. So, and I don't know what you mean, again, let's say you're getting 200 views an hour, right? And you have been for a couple days now, and it's maintaining that pace. And it's been doing that for a couple days, and you're now coming up on a day where you would normally post another video. If your video is still popping off at that rate, I would probably hold off on posting that next video. Like, let the one that's going viral kind of finish its run. Because... and maybe it won't, and that'd be a great problem to have. But usually they'll tend to level off. I probably wouldn't go much longer than a week. If it's still doing well after a week, I'd probably post a video then. But I might wait up to a week. Like normally I will post 2 to 3 videos a week. Lately it's been 2 videos a week. But I'd drop that down to 1 if a video is doing really, really well. Okay. And the only way to know that is if you're looking at YouTube Studio. So there you go. And Sophia had a question. Maybe somebody already asked. That's okay if they did. People come and go here about this new hype feature. What does the content creator get from it, and how can he check anything about it on YouTube Studio? So I'll show you really quick what it looks like. In YouTube Studio, it's in, okay, I'm just going to back up to show you how I got there. So in YouTube Studio, you click on Content, okay? Go to your video and click on Analytics, and then come up to Engagement, okay? Here, right here is where it is, Hype, okay? So what does the creator get? So again, so people, you can hype. For those of you who have seen this, it's another option below a video. You can hype a video now. It's like a super like, or a like on steroids, or a love, if you will, right? It's that's not as funny the second time you say it, but you know what I mean. It's a super like. It's another way to express that you like a certain video, and it's another metric that now YouTube can use to measure how well your video is doing. Okay, but you can only hype 3 times a week. And apparently, I didn't know this, but Ty let us know today, apparently you can buy additional hypes if you want to. So YouTube's kind of monetizing it. I don't know what they cost. I can't remember if Ty told us, but yeah, so I'll look into that. Once I'm a little more comfortable with exactly what it's all about and how it works, I'm going to make a video on it. But this is what I know now. You can hype up to 3 a week. So kind of, use them sparingly. Right? But on the creator side, this is what we see. We see how many hypes a video got. and how many hype points you get. Hypes are weighted differently depending on who hyped your video. If it was a very large channel, you get more points. That's my understanding of the way it works. Now, exactly, like you don't get anything extra from them. It's just some more information for YouTube to try to figure out if it was a good video or not in deciding how much to push your video. Okay, that's pretty much all I know about it. Once I know more, I will let you know. But that's the extent of it now. All right, so I hope that helped. Chaito has a question. Can YouTube delete your channel if a bunch of haters report you for no reason? Or do they investigate first? Because that happened to a friend of mine. I don't know the answer to that. I can't imagine they would delete your channel if people just hated on the person. I can't imagine they would do that. But I don't know for sure. I've never heard of that happening. Let's just say that. Yeah, I don't know. If I were that creator, I would tell that person to delete those comments, and if it's kind of out of control, I'd start like hiding those people, the commenters, right? You can click on their username and click hide. Then you'll never be able to see any comment they've ever made on any past video or any future video. They will still think they're commenting when they leave a comment, but you won't see it and nobody else will see it. Okay, so that's a way to make people go away. So that's what I would do. To clarify, I'm 800-ish subs, and this video is on track to hit 10,000 views based off current trajectory. That's awesome. Mohith, that's awesome. Congrats. Yep. Ride that wave, baby. Let it go. And as you know, once it starts leveling off, then feel free to post your next video. But that's great. But I would look at the content of that video. Try to figure out, why is it going viral? Right? Do you know why? Is it the content? Is it the title? Is it the thumbnail? Like, how's your CTR? Is it a high click-through rate? If it is, that might be partially responsible for all the views you're getting. If it's not particularly high, maybe look at your average view duration. Are people watching it for longer? If they are, that could be the reason. If they're not, then I'd probably look towards the actual content. Like, what were you talking about? Is it a trendy topic? If it's a trendy topic that lots of people are interested in right now, you may get lots of views. And if that's the case, you may want to hit that topic again with another video. Something along the same lines, but maybe hit it from a different angle, right? Yeah, or it doesn't have to be your next video. Maybe, let this one breathe a bit. Maybe your next video is about something slightly different. Do that for a couple of videos and then try to recreate this magic with another similar video. So good problem to have, but it is a little unnerving when it happens because, well, a couple things. It plays with your mind because you're thinking, oh man, this is awesome. Like, this is going to happen every month now, forever and ever, amen. Right? But it doesn't work that way. I had a viral video, my second month monetized, and I made a bunch of money from it, and it was awesome. Bunch of subscribers, bunch of views, but then the next several months were quite a bit lower than that one. And I started to think, oh, wow, man, that was hard. I guess it's kind of luck. It's not going to happen every time now. Well, no, that's right. It's not. But, you get better. You keep trying to figure out, okay, what did I do? What was it about that video? Can I redo that? Or maybe it's just that I pivoted. Maybe I pivot again, try something new. And that's why I say, just if you're always trying something new, trying to find new things that work, you'll stumble across something that does work. And do that, always do that with your viewers in mind. Like, so Mohith, you have subscribers now, right? You have 800-ish subscribers. So you've got 800 people who've decided they want to hear more from you. Why do they want to hear more from you? Like, look at those 800 people. How did they subscribe? What video did they watch to subscribe to you with? Like, look at your list of videos and rank them by subscribers. And how are you getting most of your subscribers, right? Look at things like that, and then look at that video, the top video responsible for most of your subscribers, and then try to think, all right, is it the topic, or was it the thumbnail, or was it right? And try to figure that out. And based on whatever you figure out, that can help guide you as to what to make next. Again, if you're treating this like kind of a business and you want to grow your channel, that's the process I'd go through. Alrighty. What do you do when you get stuck? Zorro, I get stuck for no apparent reason. Sometimes 3/4 of the way editing a video and other times. Honestly, if you get stuck, take a break is what I would do. I would take a break. If I just kind of hit a wall and it's like, and that happens to me usually later in the day, usually after supper sometime. If it's been a long day, I've been at the computer all day and I'm just getting tired, I'll just start, all of a sudden it's taking me 15 minutes to do something that would normally take me 5. Then it's time for me to stop. And then sometimes take a break for a couple days even, right? That's totally fine. YouTube's not going anywhere. If you miss a day that you wanted to post a video, YouTube will be there a day later, 2 days, 3 days later. So I would just take a break. Sometimes we need to recharge. So it's totally fine. Okay. Alrighty. Any tips on a channel banner? Whatever you think looks good. Like, I don't put a lot of importance to the channel banner, quite honestly. Let's just go to mine for a second. You're seeing this? Yeah. So, yeah. It's the cover of the book, right? So I've changed mine several times, actually. And I'll show you that. Where are my channel banners? It's this one right here. So again, I do the same thing. I put it all in one file and I can go back through the iterations of my channel banners. So this is the current one. And you want to make it bigger than you actually see on a computer because it displays it differently on different devices, okay? Like on an iPad or an iPhone or any phone or a computer, it just shows them differently. So you want to size it properly. I've got this one 2560 by 1440. There it is. So, and it took me some trial and error to make sure, okay, I can put the text there so it shows up right here. I didn't want it over there too far. And I didn't want it off the top or off the bottom. Me here, I wanted to make sure you could see all of my head. So that took me a couple times to get it exactly right. Where am I going? Here. So that worked. Okay. So there was that one. I did this one before that. I don't think that one ever made it to my channel, but I thought of doing that one at one point. That one too, never made it. I used that one. I used that one. Let's begin. I don't think I ever used that one. And that was my first one. That was quite a while ago. So yeah, and I'll let this one run for a while. I don't think there's a way I can check the date of this, but this one's been my channel banner for, I don't know, 3-4 months maybe, I think. It really doesn't matter, quite honestly, because people don't usually go to your channel to find you that way. They usually find you through a video. Like 99% of the time, they find you through a video. Then they may, if they like you, they may decide, or they like your content, they may decide to check out your channel. So, just make it relevant to what your videos are about. It doesn't have to be exactly, right? It can be, you can put yourself in it or not. I think it's important to have your face in your avatar. It's a personal preference. Again, I know not everybody does that. But if you want to use yourself as part of your brand, I think it's a good idea. But you don't necessarily have to be in your channel banner. I am now, but I wasn't in the one before. Peanut was, because she told me. She's like, I need to be in the channel banner at least. If you're not going to make me in your avatar, then put me on the channel banner. She didn't really say that. But you probably know that. Adventure with me. How you doing? Good to see you. Can you do test thumbnail in YouTube app on your phone? So I've never made a thumbnail on my phone. I know you can. You can get Canva for your phone. I've just never used. My eyes aren't good enough to be able to design things on a phone. I need more screen real estate, so I do it on my computer. But for those of you who do edit on phones, then yeah, you should be able to make a thumbnail with Canva on your phone. Absolutely. Just download the app. You didn't even mention Canva though, but that's what I would do. I would use the Canva app to do that. That's what I would do. Poodle Professor says, I never look at banners. Yeah. I mean, I do only because I'm interested to see what people are doing. I look at it from a different point of view, more from because I'm trying to help people grow on YouTube, right? So I want to see what people are doing and what's working. And I've seen things all over the map with channel banners, right? Some are very creative. Some are just, like mine is just a photo. Mine is actually just a screenshot from a thumbnail that I used for one of my videos. That's all I did. Some people put more effort into it. Some people are more into design, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Just have it match your brand, I guess. Poodle Professor only uses Canva on your phone. Editing too. Interesting. Interesting. I don't think I could do that. Miss Biz says, my channel banner is blah. But that's okay. That is okay. Channel banners are not going to make or break a video at all. They have nothing to do with the success of videos. So, yeah, AI League. I'm now going to say AI League because you explained that. Nobody looks at the channel banner. Even you didn't see me and mine. There you go. Let's see. Just scrolling up now. I'll come back down. Poodle Professor, I worked hours on my banner. You know what? I used to too. I used to. Everything that I do now used to take me hours and hours and hours. First video I made took me weeks to make that. And everything, the banner, I spent probably several days on that, and the avatar, taking pictures. And it's funny when you look back at the time you spend on this stuff when you're just getting started. And I can totally relate that and understand that it can be overwhelming when you're just starting this. When you're just starting this whole YouTube journey, and all the things you have, all the hats you have to wear, right? You're a video editor. You are a thumbnail designer. You are a videographer, a photographer, an audio expert. All these things. And if you're like me, you didn't know anything about any of it. I mean, I started with an interest in computers, I guess. Okay. And so there was that. But some of you are starting with not even that. So there's a lot, and I get how overwhelming it can be. So I just wanted to add that any of this advice that I'm sharing, I'm trying to be as helpful as I can, but sometimes the questions are so specific that, yeah, I can give you an answer, but sometimes we overthink things. And sometimes the thing that's popping into my head is the saying, done is better than perfect, okay? And I should have listened to that advice myself this morning with the video that I posted this morning, because I took it down. I posted a video. I set it up to go at a specific time last night. I woke up this morning and I thought, oh, I know how to make this video better. I started editing. Next thing I know, I'm getting comments on my video because it went live 20 minutes earlier. It's like, what? I'm not done. So it was a significant edit, so I deleted it. You know, I think there were 200 views already and a bunch of comments, and I'm like, oh, no. So anyway, I made a post saying, sorry guys, if you commented, it's gone. It's uploading again in 10 minutes and all this. Just as a learning thing, though, and I know I'm getting off topic, and I know I'm going to forget what the topic was. Here's the video, and as you can see, I'm testing 2 thumbnails. But if I come into analytics, look at that, it's flatlining. It's not doing so well. I mean, it's got 600 views, but normally I would have 1,600 to 2,400 by now. All right, so it's doing horrible. It started average. I noticed it was average right at the 200 view mark after 20 minutes, and now it's well below average. Is that because I deleted it and then re-uploaded it, a different version? You know, maybe. So it's generally not a good idea to do that. But in this case, This video was supposed to, I never thought this video would do all that great anyways. It's not one of my typical giving advice videos. It's a specific how-to tutorial video, how to check how many subscribers you've lost. And I'm just walking you through the steps, right? Those videos don't tend to do well for me out of the gate anymore, but those are the types of videos that have the potential to go evergreen and get a lot of views later on, okay? So this one could very well just chug along way down here, and then it could be 6 months later. It could just go whoop, just like that. And I'm not just saying that. I will show you, and now we're getting really far away from what I was talking about. Hopefully I'll be able to remember. I'm going to go back and share with you this, and I've shared this before. This one right here, September 30th, 2024. So almost exactly a year ago. This video here. Let's look at these analytics. Oh, I guess it's kind of settled down a little bit, but it was average. And then right around here, it started to pick up steam. Okay. And again, it's another one of those videos that could go evergreen because it was how to create a YouTube channel. Okay. There's another one. Actually, the other one is the one I was wanting to show you. Where am I going? Where is it? Where is it? What was it about? How to was it the file transfer one? No, it's not on this page. I'll find it. I'm on a mission now. I've got to find it. No. Was it this one? I don't think it was, but maybe it was. No, not that one. Sorry, guys. You know what? I know how to find it. We go to analytics for the channel, and we go to see more, and we look here. It's this one. It's the thumbnail one. That's it. Analytics for that thumbnail one. 5-minute thumbnails, 8-minute video. There, look at that. So up until, so it's hard to tell, but I mean, it was doing maybe average, maybe a little bit better than average for the first, let's say, 230 days. Okay. Then all of a sudden, just in the last few months, it's going crazy, and it's getting 500, 600, 700 views a day now, where it was getting what, like 29 to 30 views a day. Now it's getting 500 to 700 a day. So, and so again, another how-to video. These are great because these become little assets that can earn you income, revenue from YouTube into the future. Okay, so anyway, I wanted to show you that. Sorry, I'm now probably way behind on the chats here. Do I even know what I was talking about? No, of course not. You guys can remind me, though, what I was talking about. The Wolf Dog. Yo, I got a question. What's your question? Poodle Professor. How-to videos are great evergreen videos. I have several, and they're steady. Yep, that they are. I love them. I love them. And that's what I think the video that I just made today is going to be. That's what I was talking about, today's video. And the reason why I'm not that disappointed that I pulled that video down and basically kind of killed it. I uploaded it again, but it's not doing great. I never expected it to do that great anyways. It's a how-to video. It could go evergreen in a week, in a month, in a year, who knows. But as part of my strategy, every once in a while, I do still want to do a how-to video. Not just for selfish reasons because I want evergreen content, but because I know a percentage of my viewers, of my subscribers, subscribe to me through my how-to videos, and they want more, right? Part of the reason I've lost subscribers over this last year is because I pivoted from making only how-to videos to most of the time talking about how to grow on YouTube, right? And that's not what my first 3,000 subscribers signed up for. They signed up for how-to videos. And now I'm not giving them as much of that. So, you know, every day, every week or whatever, I probably lose a couple of them. But every once in a while, I'll still do a video like that because I think it's helpful, not just to them, but also to you guys as well. So, yeah, anyway. Let's see. Angela has a question. I was told your channel is not growing. Mine? I think you mean yours. Your channel's not growing because your content title and description are not SEO friendly and do not have enough rank tags. What does this mean? Okay, so rank tags, it could, I guess it depends. It could mean if they're talking about like hashtags, like, you know, the number sign hashtag, and I don't believe in putting those in titles at all. Some people still do. And I've heard people say, oh, you got to put them in because no, don't put those in your titles. Some people put them in descriptions, and all right, you can put them in there, I suppose, but I don't. That I wouldn't say that's a reason you're not growing. Titles are important. Okay, titles are important. If there are certain keywords that you want people to be searching for and then find your channel or find your video, then it's a good idea to put those search terms in your title for sure, and talk about those keywords throughout your video, right? It used to be that, you know, you'd want to include those keywords as tags and throughout your description and like everywhere, right? But now it's just a matter of, as long as you're saying it in your video, and that is actually what your video is about, YouTube knows you've been talking about it in your video. There's no need for you to put it in tags and stuff like that. Just as long as your title matches what you actually talk about in your video, that's important, because there's no sense in having a really great title, keywords and everything. Everyone's searching for this great title. People click on it, get to your video, and you're not even talking about those keywords. People will just say, what are you talking about? This is not why I clicked. They're gone, right? So it's important that the content you have in your video matches your title and your thumbnail, okay? So that's number one. Keywords in your title, good idea. But having said that, most of my videos that are doing well aren't necessarily doing well in search. Evergreen videos do well in search. Like when a video starts doing well in search, let's go back to the screen just for a second. This is an evergreen video. If we look over here, 57.5% of the traffic is coming through search. People are searching for something in the title. What's my title? How I make my thumbnails in 5 minutes. Okay, so how I make thumbnails. That probably, or how to make a thumbnail, right? That's probably what people are searching for to find my videos. So, but most of my videos don't have search here. If I just go back to channel content, we'll just pick a random video if it pulls up here. This last one here, let's go to analytics. And this one, search isn't here anywhere. Oh, it's at the bottom. 2.9% actually search. What would they search on? Subscribers. Lost subscribers. Okay, that's probably what people are searching for. Okay, but 71% of the traffic is coming from browse. And that means I'm showing up in people's home pages, or usually home pages, or, you know, after somebody watches a video, or in the side margin, there's another one there. Click on that to watch me there. Right? That's pretty much where it's coming from. All right. So, yeah, I don't know if that helps, but yeah, I wouldn't put tags in your title, and I wouldn't even waste too much time putting them in your description either. It's not. I've seen people's videos do really well with nothing in the description at all. Karen, are your Camtasia videos evergreen so they'll always get views? A few of them are. And when I made them, I made them with that in mind. I tried to put keywords in the titles, but you know, some go evergreen, some don't. The problem with those videos too, though, is as with most software, the way software works tends to change over time. Software gets updated. You know, a lot of my Camtasia videos were done in Camtasia 2022 and then 2024, right? So, 2025 is out now, and some things might be slightly different. So that would make some older videos obsolete. Am I going to delete them? No, I'm going to leave them on the channel, right? Because some people still have the older versions, right? But if I was still in the how-to Camtasia mode, right? Or if I had a channel just only for those videos, then I would probably be updating videos, redoing them with the new version to stay current, right? But yeah, things can only go evergreen as long as the content is relevant and current. That video that I just showed you, how to make a thumbnail in 5 minutes, is doing really well right now. And it's a video that I made almost a year ago. Well, in another year, the way Canva even looks might be totally different. And if that's the case, that video is probably going to reach the end of its life, and I'll want to redo that video because it worked once. Let's do it again now. There's a new, Canva looks different now, or YouTube Studio. Any YouTube Studio videos I do, if they change the look of it, I may need to redo videos, right? Especially videos that were doing really well. So, hope that helped. Okay, I answered that one. Beth. Hello, Beth. My problem has been sustaining what I've been doing lately, live ASMR jigsaw puzzle building, which has been the reason of my current growth, but wanting to add videos about DIY upcycling, my new business, and other hobbies I would like to suggest to moms for their free time. Mom hobbies and side hustles. Oh, that's cool. Should I pivot my channel to the direction of helping moms to make money from home and favorite moms hobbies for their free time, or is it too much for the algorithm? What do you think? Long question. I'll tell you what I think. I think that should have its own channel. The ASMR jigsaw puzzle thing that you've got going on, I would just keep that separate. Start a new channel for this new business idea you have, because it sounds to me like those are two separate audiences. Sure, there may be overlap, but overlap doesn't mean fully overlapped. It's only a little overlap, right? So if you're a little overlap, like these people in the middle like both, well, it's better to see it this way. People in the middle like both, but the people from here over here and here over here, there's a lot of people that don't overlap. None of them would be satisfied with all of your videos. These people would be satisfied with half. These people would be satisfied with half, right? So I would have a new channel for that. Now, I know it's hard to grow 2 channels. It's hard to grow 1. Why grow 2? Well, if you're dead set again, like if you are committed to doing this new thing and you really think YouTube is the way to do it, maybe just park the ASMR channel for a little while and spend your time at the new one. And every once in a while, if you feel the need, do an ASMR jigsaw video. That's probably, if you're more excited about this new thing, that's probably the way I would handle it. But I would definitely not put them on the same channel. It sounds nice. Like some people will say, well, if I have 2 different topics I want to talk about, can't I just separate them in playlists? No. Yes, you can. But all that does is organizes things for the people who go to your channel page, right? It's still, the fact remains that your videos themselves won't do as well when you post them and YouTube pushes them out to people. Remember, YouTube pushes videos out, not your channel. So people don't know that they're in a playlist. They'll see videos. And if somebody who is just chomping at the bit, waiting for that next jigsaw puzzle video, and they see that you're making a upcycling video, they may not be interested, and they're just not going to click. So if enough people do that, YouTube will notice, wow, your subscribers aren't clicking on your own video, it must not be good. So they're not going to push it. So that's the danger. That's the reason. Only Rob can do a 3-hour live stream so successfully. It's been 3 hours. I'm going to have to go soon. Thanks, Nicola. Effie, what do you think matters most to the success of a channel? Enjoyment. You have to enjoy it. Number one thing, you have to enjoy it. Don't get too caught up in the numbers. If you're not growing as fast as you would like to, don't get discouraged. Just try to figure out what the problem is. Enjoy that whole process. of trying to get better and, move on to the next video. Enjoy it. Number one thing, if you're starting to not enjoy it, take a break. Hello, Beige AZE. How you doing? The Farrier Trails. Hello. Crystal Star. For all, do you change the settings on your camera to film better pictures quality, phone camera users? So I will answer that. I don't. I don't take many photos, just video. And I always use 4K 30, standard settings across the board. I don't do much slow motion, so I don't need to do the 60 frames per second. There you go. Let's see. No problem, Beth. What are we at? How did we do today? Looks like we had up to 170 people in here. Only the diehards remain. 114 of you still here. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy these live streams. I'll keep doing them as long as you guys keep showing up. It is after 3 hours. I'm going to have to leave, so I hope that's okay. For those of you who are members of the channel, I'm going live again tomorrow. Another doc party tomorrow. If you want to know how to join, just click the join button below. I think it's $5 a month, and I go live twice a month on Wednesdays, every second Wednesday. Every second Wednesday, not necessarily twice a month, whatever it works out to be. Every once in a while, I have to skip a week if I'm not around. That's that. When's my next video? I don't know, Thursday or Friday, probably. I don't even know what that's going to be about yet. But it won't be about losing subscribers. I've talked that one to death. I think I've talked about that enough. So I'll probably go out on the trail and just go for a walk and just have a chat with you guys. Okay, so again, thanks for stopping in. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day or evening or morning or wherever you are. And I'll see you next time. Cheers, guys. Bye.